donating sperm and suddenly becoming a father, 6 goddesses show up with kids. 3 years ago, Luo Wen was reborn. By a twist of fate, he donated his life essence to a medical institution. 3 years later, several goddesses appeared at Luo Wen's doorstep, each bringing along a particularly cute and adorable little girl. They presented a few paternity test reports and said, "These are your biological daughters. As their biological father, it's only natural for you to be a dad." Before Luo Wen could fully process what was happening, he found himself suddenly a father, becoming a legendary contract daddy. Now, he was living the joyful life of a doting dad, caring for several adorable little girls. Chapter 1: Sign this contract, and you'll be one of us. Sign it. Once this contract takes effect, we'll be officially husband and wife. But you must cooperate with our individual work and publicity plans. More importantly, you need to take care of the kids and make them happy. Otherwise, it will be considered a breach of contract. Luo Wen was slightly frustrated as he looked at the 6 beautiful women in front of him, each one uniquely attractive. "You're telling me this contract is any different from just eating a meal?" he asked. "Har har, you're funny. Don't you think if you don't sign this contract, you're just freeloading?" one of them laughed. "Do you really think all 6 of us are going to become your wives? Don't even dream about it. Yeah, we're in this position because we have no other choice. If the kids hadn't caused such a stir, do you think we would all be here with you? And signing this contract won't put you at a disadvantage. Once the kids grow up and become more independent, we can go our separate ways. Besides, while you're taking care of our children, we'll give you a generous allowance. It's way better than an ordinary job." At that moment, Luo Wen found himself face to face with 6 of the hottest and most famous women in the entertainment industry: Yang Mi, Reber, Tong Lia, Na Jar, Li Xian, and Chen Yuki. These women were top-tier celebrities with massive fan bases in the industry. Why were these goddesses suddenly appearing in front of him? The answer lay in an absurd incident that happened 3 years ago. When Luo Wen was reborn into this world, he had no money to his name. Then, he saw an ad from a medical institution offering payment for donations of life essence. The compensation was surprisingly high. More importantly, he activated a system that offered special rewards for donating his life essence. So, to secure some quick money and a foothold in this world, he donated. What he didn't expect was that these 6 beautiful celebrities would later use his life essence for their own purposes and end up having his biological daughters. This whole situation was even crazier than many online novels. But, despite the chaos, it wasn't all bad. Suddenly having several daughters was a lot to process, but not the worst thing that could happen. Today, the famous actresses showed up with their adorable daughters, and Luo Wen was utterly confused. To make things worse, the women handed him medical reports proving that these girls were his biological daughters. "If you don't believe it, you can take the girls to get paternity tests yourself," they added. Luo Wen shook his head. "Sorry, I can't sign this contract. Once I've given away my essence, it's no longer my responsibility. It just doesn't make sense. Look, it's like this: if I shoot a bullet and someone else uses it to kill someone, am I responsible?" he reasoned. "So, you using my life essence to make daughters has nothing to do with me." At this point, Yang Mi gave him a meaningful smile. "You make a good point. Then how about 100,000 a month to help us take care of the kids?" Luo Wen raised an eyebrow. "What do you think I am? Do you think I'm someone who's just blinded by money?" Yang Mi laughed. "All right, how about 200,000 a month?" Luo Wen frowned. "This is an insult to my character." Yang Mi chuckled again. "Okay, 500,000 a month. This is my final offer." Luo Wen paused for a moment. "Deal." At that moment, the women couldn't help but laugh. He had just lectured them about responsibility, yet now he was bargaining over money. It was no wonder he was still single. However, they were impressed by Luo Wen's appearance. At least when the daughters saw him, they seemed very happy. "There, I said it all, Dad is so handsome." What a strange situation. Being good-looking certainly didn't hurt, but with so many handsome men in the entertainment industry, that wasn't exactly a rarity. Luo Wen's charm was something special, though he had a strong, confident presence. However, his bargaining behavior earlier had clashed with the first impression he made. The way he haggled for money didn't sit well with them. "No matter what, we know that you don't have a steady income right now, so as your contract wives, we'll make sure your living expenses are covered. You won't have to worry about food or shelter, one of them said. But during our marriage, you must agree not to get close to any other women. No bad habits allowed. You should also limit the number of times you speak to the media in the entertainment industry, another added. Luo Wen shrugged. I understand. You're worried I'll embarrass you outside, right? Don't worry, I won't speak up. But you can't restrict my personal freedom. And the money you promised me better come on time, or I'll have to go out and work to support myself. The women immediately protested. No. You can't go out and work. If you leave, the media will swarm around you. Do you think we can't afford to support you? Chapter 2, Initial Task, Win the Daughter's Favor. So, you don't need to do anything. Just stay by our side and help take care of the kids, one of the women said with a smile. And later on, we might need you to make some public appearances. After all, it's impossible for a man like you to avoid the media. Finally, you can take turns appearing around us, even just as a sort of assistant if you like. In any case, you'll take turns being with us, helping with the kids. Your job is simple. Luo Wen rubbed his temples, feeling a headache coming on after hearing these women's plans. I also have my own requirements. It's fine if I take turns appearing by your side, but I won't just follow you around all the time. If you need me, let me know in advance. I still have my own career to manage. The women immediately protested, Hey, didn't we already agree? You don't need to go out and make appearances. Luo Wen retorted, who said I need to make appearances? I can make money sitting at home. All right, that's it. I need to rest now, so feel free to do whatever you like. At this point, the women were stunned. Was this really possible? How come they didn't know about this kind of arrangement? If there were such jobs, why were they working so hard to act and make money? When they recalled Luo Wen's earlier money-driven attitude, it seemed like he was just putting on an act to deceive them. But no matter what, the matter was settled. As long as Luo Wen did what they wanted, everything would be fine. On the other side of the house, several little girls were with another woman who had an exotic charm to her. Mama, why can't we go see Daddy yet? Why are the other mamas talking to Daddy for so long? One of the little girls, an adorable sprite with big eyes and fair skin, asked. Nuno, your dad is meeting you for the first time. He needs to talk to the other mamas first. Daddy and Mama have been apart for a long time, so we need to settle some things. Don't worry, Daddy will come up to play with you soon. Really? Daddy is coming soon. We're so excited. Everyone else has a daddy, we want one too. Can Daddy hug me later? Another little girl chimed in. These two girls were both about 2 years old and could speak clearly, while a third, who was just 1, could barely crawl and babble a little. The younger girl was still learning to speak, but she too was eagerly calling for Daddy. At this moment, Tong Lia couldn't help but feel a little sad. The sisters, each for their own reasons, had used in vitro fertilization to conceive and give birth to daughters. Now, all of the little girls had been born healthy and cute, but lacking a father's love, the situation felt especially heart-wrenching. Afterward, the group of sisters decided on a somewhat outrageous plan, to find the man who had donated his life essence. Through numerous investigations, they managed to track down Luo Wen and, with some effort, had their daughters undergo paternity tests. The results confirmed that Luo Wen was indeed the biological father of the girls. And thus, this absurd situation had led to the signing of a contract between Luo Wen and the group of celebrity women. Luo Wen sighed. All right then, since that's settled, let us work together. I said I needed some rest earlier. Do you ladies need anything else from me? Reber spoke up with a playful grin. Hey, can you be a little more reliable? You just signed a contract with us, shouldn't you be fulfilling your duties as a nanny? Our daughters want to meet you. Yang Mi added, yeah, if it weren't for the commotion caused by a few women, we wouldn't have come to you. From now on, you need to fulfill your duties as a nanny. You need to take care of the kids and keep them happy. Li Xian joked, and if you can, make us happy too. Luo Wen couldn't help but roll his eyes at the words of these glamorous women. Suddenly, a voice appeared in his mind, their nanny strengthening system has started. As long as you read books on child rearing, you will gain relevant parenting abilities. The more you read, the faster your skills will improve. Time spent taking care of the kids will make these skills even stronger. So, this was the benefit of being a traveler. Luo Wen's golden finger had arrived. He remembered hearing the system's notification when he first arrived in this world, but back then, the system had only prompted him to donate his life essence. After completing that, he received special rewards and initial funds, but that was it. Now, hearing the system again felt like a blessing to Luo Wen. A new mission appeared. New task: meet the daughters, gain their favor. The system has automatically prepared a welcome gift for you. Upon completion, you will receive a random reward. Chapter 3: 3 Cute Little Daughters. At this moment, Luo Wen was brought into a shared villa apartment owned by the several famous actresses. Their women were all close-knit, having made a pact to raise their children together to secure their futures. They had all decided to have children earlier rather than later, believing that it would be easier to recover and avoid regret. Many actresses, in fact, found it hard to conceive later on in life because they missed the best window for childbearing. Furthermore, these women didn't trust men, believing that it was better to rely on themselves. And so, they made the decision to have children together. At this point, 3 of the women had successfully given birth to daughters. Naturally, the mothers would care for their children, but when they were busy with work, the other sisters would step in to help. Thus, 3 little girls and 6 unmarried mothers formed this unique and unforgettable family. For them, it was an incredibly significant moment having found the biological father of their daughters. And now, the moment of meeting had finally arrived. The 3 little girls were eagerly waiting. Tong Leah, seeing that her sisters had called her, smiled and spoke to the little girls, "Sweethearts, Daddy will be up here soon. He has even prepared some gifts for you." The eldest daughter, Nuno, asked eagerly, "Really? That's great." The second daughter, Dodo, added, "We're finally going to meet Daddy. I saw him just now, and he is so handsome. I want him to hug me, but why did Mama bring us up here first?" Nuno answered, "Stop asking so many questions. Daddy will be here soon. Let us get ourselves all dressed up and show him our cutest sides." Dodo agreed, "Yes, we must make a good first impression." The youngest one, Nono, who was still babbling and not yet able to speak clearly, joined in, her excitement palpable. Was this what being outgoing for girls meant? Tong Leah couldn't help but press her forehead. It seemed that these little girls were already closer to this stranger, their father, than to her, their biological mother. Nuno, the oldest, was her own daughter. Tong Leah watched as her daughter anxiously stared at the door, waiting for Luo Wen's arrival. She couldn't help but feel conflicted. It seemed that a father was crucial for these girls' childhoods. She wondered if she had made the right decision when she impulsively gave birth to Nuno all those years ago. Just then, the door knocked, and the little girls became instantly nervous and excited. They quickly tidied their hair, lined up into a neat little row, and stood by the bed. A male voice came from outside, "Sweethearts, Daddy's back. Can I come in and see you?" "Of course, Daddy, come in," the little girls responded almost in unison, their voices sweet and innocent. The girls stood politely with their big eyes, eagerly waiting for the door to open. When the door finally opened, Luo Wen appeared with a warm, sunny smile, looking like a hero stepping out from a world of rainbows. He entered the world of the children as if he were the person they had always imagined. They had wondered what their dad might look like. Was he handsome or ugly? Tall or short? But now, Luo Wen's image undeniably fit their ideals: sunny, handsome, clean, and neat. He wore a white shirt and denim jeans, tall with a warm gaze. He was like a gentle breeze that blew into the hearts of the little girls. They had caught only a glimpse of Luo Wen earlier and had thought he was a handsome dad, but seeing him in person stunned them. The 2 older girls, Nuno and Dodo, swallowed nervously, unsure of how to act. Should they ask for a hug right away? It seemed a bit sudden, as they weren't familiar with him yet. They were both excited, but also a little shy. Yet, the longing and anticipation in their eyes could not be hidden. Tong Leah could easily see the girls' thoughts and softly introduced them. "This is Nuno, our eldest daughter. This is Dodo, our second daughter, and this is Nono, our youngest." Hearing the little girls' names, Luo Wen couldn't help but internally complain about their choice of names. But on the outside, he remained calm and smiled warmly. He knew that little girls could be very sensitive, so he made sure not to do anything to upset them. "Nuno, Dodo, Nono, it's my first time meeting you. I've brought some little gifts for you. I hope you like them. When the little girls heard this, their eyes lit up with excitement. Luo Wen then took out the gifts from his hands, ready to present them. Chapter 4, He stole the hearts of the daughters. Luo Wen gave Nuno a small, exquisite child-sized musical instrument, crafted by the famous brand Kelly Lee, with a note from the system that Nuno had a natural talent for music and loved playing small instruments. She had shown remarkable ability from a young age and could benefit from further development. For Dodo, Luo Wen gave her a painting album and some natural paintbrushes and pigments. The system also pointed out that Dodo had a strong gift for drawing. As for Nono, Luo Wen presented her with an adorable stuffed toy. The little ones, simple-hearted and without much pretense, were excited by the thoughtful gifts. "Thank you, Daddy," they exclaimed happily. The toys were just what they liked, earning Luo Wen instant affection. Nuno was the most enthusiastic. She immediately hugged his neck, almost planting a kiss on his cheek. At that moment, the system's voice chimed in, "Congratulations, Master, your daughter kissed you. You've gained a charm boost of +10. Luo Wen was taken aback. Wait, there's a reward for this, he thought, surprised. Dodo, not to be outdone, also gave Luo Wen a quick peck, and once again, his charm increased by another +10. Though Nono was young, she followed the example of her older sisters, giving him a kiss as well. And just like that, Luo Wen's charm value continued to rise. The actresses, who were observing from the side, couldn't help but feel a little moved. The sight of this man with their daughters was so harmonious, so happy, so fulfilling. Luo Wen, when he looked at the children, seemed to radiate a special kind of glow. His smile was warm and gentle, and he was incredibly patient with the kids. It became clear that he wasn't useless after all. At that moment, he looked especially handsome. The actresses were inexplicably shaken, and for the first time, they felt a bit of attraction toward him. They shook their heads, wondering what was going on. They had seen plenty of handsome men in the entertainment industry, but none had affected them like Luo Wen. What was it about him that made him so captivating? Luo Wen felt like he was surrounded by flowers at that moment, with the two little girls, both exceptionally cute and full of charm, gazing up at him with big eyes and fair skin. Their hair, though still short at 2 years old, was long enough to be adorable. And their voices so sweet and innocent melted him on the spot. There was also Nono, the baby who was still babbling and crying for a hug. Naturally, Luo Wen gently picked up the crying baby Nono. "Congratulations, Master, you've unlocked the daddy skills. Advanced baby care. Advanced nurturing skills. Advanced postpartum care for mothers," the system prompt appeared. Luo Wen nearly stumbled upon hearing the notification but managed to remain calm. These skills were incredibly useful. His mind suddenly filled with a wealth of knowledge about baby care. When he first held Nono, he felt a bit awkward, like many first-time fathers who aren't sure how to hold a baby. Usually, babies get uncomfortable in those situations and cry, but Luo Wen didn't face such issues. He instantly unlocked several baby-holding techniques. Nono, nestled in his arms, giggled joyfully, cooing, "Ee, RDADA, Daddy, Daddy." Nono's reaction instantly left the actresses around them stunned. When they held Nono, she never reacted so happily, and the little girl calling out, "Daddy," was enough to melt their hearts. The other two little girls, Nuno and Dodo, couldn't help but feel envious. "Daddy, I want a hug too." "I want a hug," they both chimed in. Seeing the three of them so happy together, so quickly bonding, a sense of jealousy rose among the beautiful actresses. After all, they were the ones who had given birth to these daughters. Why was this man getting all the affection? Why was he so close to them? They couldn't accept it. "Nuno, don't let Daddy hold you anymore, come to Mama." Yang Mi, Nono's mother, stepped forward to take her daughter. But as soon as Yang Mi took Nono in her arms, the little girl started crying, "No Mama, no Mama. I want Daddy." Yang Mi was left stunned. "You little ingrate. I struggled to give birth to you, and now you're already forgetting me for your daddy? If you love him so much, let him take care of you." Frustrated, she handed the crying baby back to Luo Wen, and Nono immediately stopped crying, breaking into a smile. That made Yang Mi even angrier. She had only wanted a male nanny to help with the kids, but now this man had stolen their daughters' hearts. Chapter 5, Let us see what your husband can do. At this moment, the 6 famous actresses were watching their daughters having the time of their lives with Luo Wen. They saw him patiently playing with their daughters, and while there was a hint of dissatisfaction in their hearts, they couldn't help but feel a warm, indescribable emotion. The idea of having a man by their side, taking care of them and their daughters, acting as their children's big tree, seemed like a pretty good choice. But as soon as this thought crossed their minds, the actresses shook their heads vigorously. What are we thinking? He's just a man who works for us. He's nothing special. He'll leave someday. Don't think too much about it. Forget it. As long as the daughters are happy, let them spend time together. Though they were slightly jealous, seeing how happy Luo Wen made their daughters, the actresses fell silent, not saying a word. This story is called Cinderella, and it's about a village. The little girls, listening to Luo Wen's storytelling, slowly drifted off to dreamland, their faces filled with sweet, happy smiles, as though they were having the most wonderful dreams. Luo Wen gently covered them with their blankets and quietly left their room. When he walked back into the living room, he saw the actresses giving him looks that seemed to scream interrogation. Luo Wen scratched his head, feeling a bit innocent. What's going on? Why do you look like that? What's going on? You almost kidnapped our daughters. I don't know what kind of magic you used on them, but they are completely attached to you. Yang Mi said, clearly annoyed. After all, these were her daughters. Why should this man be the one to enjoy all the benefits? Har har, maybe it's just the magic of blood connection. Luo Wen said with a grin. Of course, he couldn't say that it was his system unlocking his parenting skills and charm boosts, which made the kids like him even more. I think you did it on purpose, Reber said, her voice filled with dissatisfaction. You're trying to cause trouble between us and our daughters so you can gain more benefits, right? You're so calculating. Hey. That's not fair. You guys hired me, and now you're blaming me. I didn't intentionally join this job, Luo Wen responded, shrugging nonchalantly. Honestly, I'm just reluctantly doing this. If you think it's not working out, we can terminate the contract, but you'll still have to pay me the penalty fee. Luo Wen casually mentioned that if they broke the contract, he would be entitled to millions in penalty fees. Ahar. You sly fox. You've only been here for a day, and you already see how much the girls like you. Now you want to leave? No way. Reber exclaimed. Exactly. Don't even think about breaking the contract. Li Shao added, frustrated. I'm telling you right now, don't even think about it. We won't fall for it. Since you're doing such a good job taking care of the kids, let us keep you. But you better not spoil them. Chen Yuqi chimed in, that's right. The contract specifically states that we need to cultivate our daughters' talents in music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. Our daughters must be talented. Yang Mi nodded. If you can't make that happen, you won't see a penny of the money. Luo Wen was stunned. Wait, I didn't see this clause in the contract before. So this was the trap they had set. Reber laughed. What did you think? We're not naive. We'll be checking up on their progress regularly. Tong Lia added, Mao is still too young, but the other 2 daughters need serious attention. We're not around enough, so if you, as the father, can't teach them well, that's your responsibility. Luo Wen immediately protested. What? You're exploiting me. Not only do I have to take care of them and make them happy, but now I have to teach them music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. Do you think I'm a magician? Yang Mi laughed. So, now you want to break the contract, huh? Well, we're talking about millions here. The actresses couldn't help but smirk at Luo Wen, clearly enjoying watching him squirm. It was then that Luo Wen realized he had almost fallen into their trap. Teaching 2-year-old girls things like music and calligraphy. How could anyone expect that to happen so quickly? They were clearly trying to get him to raise their kids for free. Sure enough, the women's tricks were always the sharpest. But Luo Wen wasn't worried. With his system's support, his parenting skills were maxed out, and he didn't even have to worry about teaching them music or calligraphy. Luo Wen gave a sly grin. Alright, since that's the case, let me show you what your husband can do. I'm taking this job. By the time you come back next time, I'll have turned them into little talents. Reber was furious. Who is your wife? Don't call yourself that. We only hired you as a contract nanny, not a husband. Luo Wen wasn't he embarrassed in the slightest. Hey, no matter how you look at it, the medical tests are right there, aren't they? I'm their biological father, so doesn't he that make me your husband too? Yang Mi was taken aback. Wow, didn't he expect you to be such a sly fox? Were you planning to use this excuse to get closer to us all along? Luo Wen rolled his eyes. Hey. That's not fair. You guys hired me, and now you're blaming me. I already said, I'm not taking the fall for this. Alright, I've already gotten the daughters to sleep. Now it's time for me to rest. Goodbye, beautiful ladies. With that, Luo Wen turned and walked away from the scene. Now, he had something else to verify. Chapter 6, I Won't Be a Doormat. After Luo Wen left, the group of goddesses gathered together, whispering and discussing amongst themselves. Yang Mi, do you think he's just putting on an act? Reber, is it even possible for someone to have this kind of ability? It's hard to believe, right? Li Sha, yeah, definitely. How could it be like this? It's not what we imagined. Aren't there men out there who would love to skip a few decades of hard work? Tong Lia, the key is, he looks at us with such indifference, like we're strangers. It's almost like we have no appeal at all. Chen Yuqi, he's definitely pretending. Not that I look down on him, but we've all seen his resume: ordinary education, ordinary abilities. A guy like him would have to work for years before he could make a name for himself in society. Reber, I don't get it. Yang Mi, no need to understand. Anyway, we're paying him to do a job. Once we've secured this man, we can keep fighting for success in the entertainment industry. But at least now we have a shield. We can keep those annoying flies at bay. Reber, that's probably his only use for us. But now the entertainment news is going crazy. We're all involved with one man. Everyone must be looking up information about Luo Wen, right? The news about Luo Wen had already been quietly spread by the goddesses in their own way. After all, the presence of their daughters couldn't be hidden for long. By releasing information about Luo Wen beforehand, they were effectively giving their fans and the public a heads up. The actresses continued discussing the matter, as it was crucial to their careers and futures. Everything about Luo Wen would directly impact their paths in the entertainment world. Now, due to their daughters, they were all inevitably linked to him. Unexpectedly, this situation also gave them a new boost in public attention, which seemed to be the only benefit Luo Wen had provided them. Meanwhile, Luo Wen had found a special study room in the villa. The room was filled with books, many of them new, some still in their unopened packaging. Luo Wen couldn't help but chuckle. It seemed that these actresses didn't really enjoy reading. The books were probably just for show, a way to appear cultured. The books were scattered all over the place, covering a range of topics. Some were about acting, others about script research and creation. There were also some works on literature, likely picked up by the actresses to impress others. Additionally, some books on stock trading and investments hinted that they were looking to make financial breakthroughs. After all, the entertainment industry had many expenses, and the money they made from acting wasn't always enough. Although their earnings were substantial, who wouldn't want more? If they could make wise investments or profit from stocks, they would be thrilled. This house had been purchased collectively by the sisters' close friends who had decided to buy a home together. It was no coincidence that they also agreed to have daughters and raise them together. Clearly, the house had been bought with their daughters in mind. It was well decorated and ready for move-in, providing a comfortable environment for everyone, including Luo Wen. It was meant to give him stability and prevent him from going astray. At this moment, no one expected the man they had just been discussing marriage matters with to now be quietly studying in a corner, diligently improving himself every day. Luo Wen knew that the actresses would continue to send him money, but as a man relying on his wife for financial support, he couldn't help but feel a little embarrassed. Moreover, with the financial control in their hands, he had no real status. He refused to be their doormat. Luo Wen knew he had to find a quicker way to make money. His account only had a few thousand left, money he had before arriving here. With his living situation settled, his other expenses were minimal, just food, water, and other daily necessities. He could easily manage that for now. By next month, he'd be able to survive, but he needed more. As he skimmed through a book on literary creation, the system notifications suddenly began to pop up. You told a bedtime story to the daughters and gained a basic literary creation skill. Reading has increased your literary creation experience by 1. Reading has increased your literary creation experience by 1. Every time he flipped a page, his experience increased. Since his literary creation skill was at the basic level, just flipping through a single page was enough to improve his skill. Would you like to upgrade your literary creation skill? Seeing the system prompt, Luo Wen didn't hesitate and immediately upgraded his skill. Congratulations, you have unlocked the intermediate literary creation skill. Luo Wen found that after finishing the book, his literary creation skill had reached an advanced level. It was time to put it into practice. At that moment, Luo Wen noticed a computer in the study perfect for some practice. His mind instantly began to churn with ideas and stories. Luo Wen realized that this training was incredibly easy for him. His new advanced literary creation skill made everything flow effortlessly. His mind was brimming with ideas, and his hands flew across the keyboard at lightning speed. His typing speed reached an astonishing 120 words per minute, something he had never imagined possible before. Soon, a captivating story was taking shape, and it was time to upload it somewhere to exchange it for money. At the very least, he needed to cover his living expenses for the next month. While his housing was taken care of, there were still utilities like gas, water, and food to pay for. Although the actresses might give him money, he wanted to have some special skills in case of emergencies. After all, raising the daughters also required certain abilities, didn't it? Chapter 7. The Indignant Goddesses. After 2 hours of typing, Luo Wen felt that his physical strength was almost exhausted, and it was time to make something to eat. At this time, he couldn't help but see that there were other books about food on the bookshelf. You know, some of these ladies are foodies. In fact, he himself also knows some cooking knowledge, some home-cooked stir-fries, very simple operations. Suddenly, he thought that he could also improve his cooking skills through reading, and maybe he could become a chef god by then. At this moment, he can see how many skills he has in his character panel. Basic cooking skills, advanced writing skills, advanced fitness training. This fitness training is the skill that Luo Wen relied on for survival before. He has been in the gym for 3 years, and while training a toned and well-proportioned body, he also earned tens of thousands of yuan as a coach. There are even some more powerful students. Now, Luo Wen thought, who cares? Let's learn cooking first. At least we should not be hungry. It is most important to eat healthily and keep our body healthy. The body is the capital of revolution. So, after looking at those recipes and books on cooking skills, Luo Wen quickly improved his cooking skills to a high level. Now he should be able to pass the National First Level Chef Qualification Certificate. Advanced cooking skills are at this level. More importantly, he can make delicious food for his daughters. In fact, Luo Wen is a low-liter control. When he saw a few cute little lolas, his heart was immediately melted. But now he didn't know what the advanced cooking skills were like, so he wanted to try it immediately. After all, he had been typing for 2 hours and he was a little hungry. Luo Wen came to the kitchen here to see how much was in it. It turned out that there was a refrigerator, but the ingredients were empty. It can be imagined that these young ladies rarely cook, right? Luo Wen went directly to the small supermarket downstairs and bought some simple ingredients: firewood, rice, oil, salt, sauce, vinegar and tea, which are daily necessities. He bought a little bit of them. I think some young ladies didn't come here to cook not long ago. After Luo Wen prepared everything, he started today's cooking plan directly. After a small cooking, a delicious meal with good color, aroma and taste appeared. The dishes are very simple: scrambled eggs with tomatoes, celery and fungus, stir-fried oyster mushrooms, and bean-curd egg drop soup. For a big man like him, 3 dishes and 1 soup are just the right amount. Today, Luo Wen has upgraded 2 skills to advanced levels, which gives him a beautiful sense of satisfaction. This kind of fulfilling life is what he wants, and he believes that he can soon exchange more money with his ability. After all, the skill effect given by the system is still very good. Even if it doesn't work, he can be a chef himself. Anyway, he won't starve to death. He tasted his own cooking skills. He was shocked by his own food. He thought that the food he cooked should be very good, but he didn't expect that the taste was really comparable to the skills of many chefs. This effect immediately increased his appetite, and he started to eat. At this time, he found that 6 pretty figures had stood beside the dining table at some point. In fact, when Luo Wen was cooking just now, they had already smelled it. They were just discussing the things between Luo Wen and them and their daughter. There were also some news about the entertainment industry. They forgot the time while talking. When they saw that it was already evening, they were already hungry. At this time, they heard Luo Wen cooking there. The way Luo Wen cooked shocked these young ladies. Luo Wen was handsome, and he was focused when cooking. He was smooth and flowing, and he had his own style. In addition, he was so focused at that time that he didn't pay attention to the situation outside at all. He had always performed at his highest level. The smooth knife skills were like a martial arts master, smooth and flowing, shocking. The skill of stir-frying shows the chef's skills. The pan flipping and the heat, if a big-bellied chef does it, it will obviously be the style of a chef. But Luo Wen has another unique charm. Showing in front of everyone, because he was supposed to be cooking, this figure looks more handsome. Food plus handsome men, this is a very lethal thing for women, and instantly makes these young ladies feel heart-beating. It seems that this man is not useless. He can also cook for them, which is pretty good. It seems that they can still get along. However, what happened next was completely beyond their imagination. What's going on? This guy actually ate by himself, without caring about their life or death at all. Is she a straight man cancer? Can you be a little gentleman? After all, they are nominally husband and wife. So a group of young ladies stood in front of Luo Wen indignantly. Luo Wen was eating happily when he saw a group of young ladies with their eyes wide open, each with their hands on their hips, watching him eat, and said with a smile, "Oh, have you eaten? I heard that female celebrities in the entertainment industry pay great attention to controlling their body shape. Are you just watching me eat and thinking you're eating? I really admire your perseverance. My food is so delicious." Chapter 8. You are not as bad as you seem. At this time, the young ladies were all confused, as they had already expressed it so clearly. Shouldn't you invite everyone to sit down and taste your cooking? As a husband, even if it's a contract, isn't this the most important thing to do? But what did Luo Wen say just now? Not only did he not let them eat, but he also ridiculed their efforts to lose weight and keep in shape. It's really too much. This straight man deserves to be single for life. At this time, the young ladies were furious when they heard Luo Wen's words. How can you be a husband like this, cooking for yourself and not for your wife? Luo Wen immediately smiled and said, "Let me make it clear that the food I cooked was bought with my own money. I didn't ask you for a penny. And I haven't heard that you asked me to cook for you. And I wouldn't do it even if you asked me to. If I do whatever you ask me to do, then I will be a licker, right? As the saying goes, in the end, you will have nothing. I won't do such a losing business." Luo Wen's words immediately made the young ladies even more angry. "Yarn am I, Luo Wen, are you a man? That's too much. Luo Wen, hey, if I'm a man, you can find out if you try it. Yarn am I, wow, you bastard, you're going to piss me off." Reber even shouted, "Sisters, take action." At this time, the 6 young ladies went directly to the sideboard and picked up 6 pairs of chopsticks and 6 bowls and plates, and sat down opposite Luo Wen. Then, like a whirlwind, they divided his 3 dishes and 1 soup cleanly. Luo Wen was immediately at a loss for words. Hey, what are you doing? Didn't we agree that female stars need to maintain expression management and maintain demeanor? Do you look like female stars? Do you look like beauties? You are simply devils who snatch food. How can you be like this? Luo Wen, now he reacted, that was snatched. He immediately increased the speed of picking up the dishes. Quickly grab a part, otherwise there will be nothing left in a while. Li Shi, I just want to grab yours. Isn't it natural for a wife to grab her husband? The second one is which straight man? Yarn am I, that's right, this is a victory for the sisters. Let's see if you dare to cook for yourself in the future. Chen Yuqi, sisters, don't leave him a bite. Reber, I agree with this decision very much. Tong Lia just smiled and didn't say anything, but she ate faster than anyone else. Then, several charming young ladies put on a victorious posture. As if they had won a beautiful victory, they finished all of Luo Wen's dishes and soup. Reber, oh, I haven't eaten such good food for a long time. It's so fragrant and delicious. Yarn am I, the young man is good and deserves praise. Seeing Luo Wen's constipated face, the young ladies felt particularly happy. Luo Wen, hey, don't forget to pay for this meal. I spent my own money to buy the ingredients, firewood, rice, oil and salt. You can't eat for free. Otherwise, stay and wash the dishes for me. Chen Yuqi, TSK, you want me to wash the dishes with you? Don't even think about it. Sisters, we are not short of money, how much do you want? Luo Wen, 1 per person. Reber, hey, you are trying to rob us, aren't you? 6 yuan for the 6 of us is enough to have a good meal outside. Najar, yeah, you are too much, asking for money from your own wife. Luo Wen immediately said proudly, we have an AA system for finances, isn't it agreed? The living expenses are incurred because of taking care of our daughter, but I have no obligation to take care of you. If you eat my food, shouldn't you pay for it? Yang am I, too much, dead straight man, 1 is 1, you want us to wash the dishes for you, don't even think about it, I have plenty of money. Okay, 6 more all of a sudden, this meal is worth it. Luo Wen was very happy and accepted the 6 yuan transferred from WeChat, but he received contemptuous looks from several young ladies. They had never seen such a calculative person. In fact, what Luo Wen cares about is not how much money he gets, but he just doesn't want them to think that he can do those things as a matter of course. This is an attitude. If you don't add anything, you must make it clear. Don't think that you are a big star and you can use him as a servant just because you have such a contract. A group of young ladies packed up and went back to their rooms happily. In the next few days, they each have work to do, so they naturally need to rest and recuperate. Although they paid 1 yuan for this meal, they enjoyed it very much. Luo Wen's cooking skills are really great. Luo Wen originally wanted to clean up by himself, but he found that there was a young lady Tong Lia staying next to him. Tong Lia smiled tenderly, I'll clean up the rest. You cooked and I'll wash the dishes. That's fair. Luo Wen scratched his head innocently, har, it's okay. You've already paid. It doesn't matter if I wash the dishes. Tong Lia smiled, har, you're not as bad as you seem. I know that the dishes you cook are for the sisters. Although you say such bad things, the amount you cook is enough for several of us to eat together, and it's just the right amount. You won't get fat if you eat it. Tong Lia raised a sly look, as if she saw through everything Luo Wen had just done. Chapter 9, you don't like me, do you? You think too highly of me. Do you like me a little? To be honest, I have a big appetite. If you didn't eat those dishes just now, I could have finished them by myself. As a result, Tong Lia did not respond to his words, but showed a look that said you understand, I understand, and everyone understands, and couldn't help laughing. However, Tong Lia is indeed a must-have template for a good wife at home and on the road. She is very quick and straightforward in tidying up these housework. And all the dishes are neatly arranged after washing, with bright windows and clean tables, which is very efficient. Suddenly, Luo Wen found that when she did these things, Tong Lia had a special sense of beauty. Luo Wen couldn't help thinking that if she didn't have other clothes on her apron, it would be perfect. Feeling Luo Wen's burning eyes on her, Tong Lia, who had just arranged these dishes, couldn't help blushing. Tong Lia, why? Do you think I'm so nice? Then be nicer to me next time. Remember to call me when you cook next time. Luo Wen, har, that won't work either. Unless you become my real wife, then I can consider it. He. Luo Wen said with a grin. Tong Lia, some things are possible. But there must be a process. They may be a little naughty at ordinary times. That's because they have never been in love. No man has ever touched any of us before. We were all doing well, living together as dinks, not relying on any man. We can live well on our own. But when they thought about getting old and not having a child, it seemed boring, so they suddenly had an idea to have a child through test tubes. We succeeded, and we had Nuno and the others. So we all cherish our daughters. It doesn't matter how you treat us, but you must make our daughters happy. Otherwise, even I won't let you go. Tong Lia's attitude towards Luo Wen seemed different from that of others. After she finished speaking, she just smiled at Luo Wen gently, polite but not alienated. Luo Wen saw Tong Lia's look, and couldn't help but touch his chin gently and smiled. This little girl. Okay, I will definitely make my daughters happy. I like them too. This is not about the transaction. That's good. I believe you. Tong Lia said, smiled and walked away leisurely. Luo Wen felt that the interesting things seemed to have just begun. But he had other things to do next. He knew that eggs should not be put in one basket. You can't just rely on your literary skills to get rich. Now, he will finish reading the books in his study. When the time comes, he will go to the library to take a look. Maybe he can have more abilities and skills, and the speed of making money should be much faster, right? Raising and taking care of daughters also requires abilities. Today, in addition to cooking and literary skills, Luo Wen also read a lot of books on screenwriting, lyrics, composing, and musical instrument performance. After all, he reads very quickly. With the help of the system, he also has a photographic memory. Only then did he truly realize that the magic of these skills is indeed powerful enough. Quickly, he has mastered several skills, and all of them have reached advanced levels. However, it will take time and more advanced books to gain experience, so he plans to go to the local library or bookstore to see if there are any books he needs. On the other hand, he is also using and releasing skills arbitrarily. Now she has the beginning of a novel, a song, the beginning of a script, and the structure of a small game. I believe that in a few days, all of these can be formed. These will be his money-making resources. On the second day, several young ladies need to go their separate ways to achieve their own work goals. At this time, Tong Lia couldn't help but think of one thing. According to the agreement, Luo Wen should appear in his work environment in turn. Yesterday's draw was her next work schedule, and at this time they couldn't help but come to tell Luo Wen. Luo Wen, please come with us to the crew, just show up and visit us. This is what we agreed before. Since I washed the dishes for you yesterday, you can't refuse me. Hearing Tong Lia's words, Luo Wen couldn't help but support his forehead and said, I was wondering why you were so nice last night, helping to clean up the dishes and do housework. So you were waiting for me here. Tong Lia, what do you say? You can tell me whether you agree or not. If not, forget it. We'll talk about it next time. Luo Wen, okay, since you are so nice, I will go with reluctance. Seeing Luo Wen agree, Tong Lia couldn't help but smile softly. She has now figured out some of Luo Wen's tricks. This guy is a typical soft-hearted guy. If they go against him, he will be so chauvinistic that he will not care about anything and will not give them any face. But if you ask him with soft words and act like a spoiled child, he might agree to do a lot of things. It turns out that dealing with this kind of straight man still requires some skills. Seeing the two talking and laughing, several sisters couldn't help but secretly pull Tong Lia aside and ask, Yang mi, Yair, what's wrong with you? Didn't we agree to be on the same side? Why are you so close to him? Reber, Sister Yair, aren't you in love with him? Najar, I heard that you washed the dishes for her yesterday, and she asked if you were stupid. This guy is brilliant when he is given a little color. You can't be too nice to him. Didn't you draw lots for me yesterday, and you have to show up with him to prove that we have a harmonious relationship? After hearing Tong Lia's explanation, the group of sisters felt relieved. Yesterday, Luo Wen pissed them off, and they are still angry now. They can't let him go so easily. However, thinking about the signing agreement last night, let him go for once. After all, the media reports are all on them now, so they have to show their affection and show it. Chapter 10. You are too biased. Why do you have such an idea? It is mainly because a meeting between them and Luo Wen before seems to have been captured by the paparazzi. There is a legendary paparazzi king who said that he would see you on Monday and reveal a big news to everyone. At this time, several young ladies also have their own channels and soon received the wind. After all, Yang Mi has her own agency and some of her own teams. At this time, she naturally received a reminder from her own team. They also made a new decision last night. To announce it in advance, of course, the relationship with Luo Wen. Their daughter will not be announced for a while. After all, the youngest daughter is still too young, so she still needs to be well protected. Let's talk about it when they are older. But with Luo Wen, you can still talk about it, and you have to talk about it this morning. So, what should I do with you today? Luo Wen looked at the eager young ladies a little innocently. Originally, they were supposed to be ready to leave, but for this matter, they changed their schedule. Several young ladies started one by one, staring at him intently. It's very simple. You are responsible for taking a few photos with us. Hearing that they were going to take pictures, the little girls who had just woken up also became excited. Mom and Dad, we want to take pictures too, we want to take pictures too. Although they are still very weak now, they are already very good at dressing themselves up, and each of them wants to dress themselves up as little beauties. Nuno, Dudu, and Monuo were placed in the same room. They fell asleep together listening to Luo Wen's bedtime story yesterday. When they saw that their father was not around in the morning, the three little girls cried loudly. Fortunately, when they went downstairs, they saw Luo Wen making breakfast. Several little cuties immediately smiled and ran around Luo Wen. The goddesses' mothers were furious. These ungrateful little bastards have been clinging to Luo Wen since they met him. I don't know what's so good about Luo Wen. He's just handsome, fair-skinned, taller, and in better shape. He seems to have some talent and cooks delicious food. Other than that, why do they think of Luo Wen's advantages? The goddesses couldn't help but shake their heads. Here, 6 yuan, the 6 of us want breakfast too. Yang Mi readily transferred 6 yuan to Luo Wen. It's like buying Luo Wen's cooking skills. In fact, it's really worth it for 6 people to taste such good food. Of course, Luo Wen would do breakfast for his daughters in different ways. Cute little steamed buns of different colors, small dumplings, and unique desserts. They were made exquisitely by Luo Wen, and Luo Wen's special arrangement of the dishes made them clean and cute, which immediately attracted the attention of the little girls. Dad, is this for us? It's so pretty, I can't bear to eat it. Nuno picked up a white bunny bun in front of her, with 2 carrot eyes on it. The cute shape carved with a slight knife is particularly delicate. These pastries look like cute toys, making people love them. Not to mention these cute little girls, where have you seen such fun pastries? One by one, they are there, want to play with them but not eat them. That's right, the bunny is so cute, will it be too cruel to eat it? Dudu couldn't help saying at this time. Dudu is only 1 month younger than Nuno. The 2 little girls look about the same age, but Monuo is a little smaller, still in the state of a baby, very cute and soft. The small pastries that Luo Wen made for Monuo were very, very small, and he was afraid that she would choke. The breakfast for the little sisters was much simpler, 6 servings of egg fried rice and 6 servings of millet porridge, that's it. Hey, you are too partial. You made it for your daughter for free, and it's so beautiful. You can tell that you put a lot of thought into it. Why did you only charge us 6 yuan? You only give us so little. You should at least make it more abundant. Reber couldn't help but complain at this time. Chapter 11. Say no with your mouth, but your body is very honest. The daughter's small cakes look cute, but they are delicious. You want to eat them but can't bear to eat them, but they are delicious at first glance. She was a little tempted, but as a mother, how could she compete with her daughter for food? Looking at her dry fried rice, she felt that her idea as a foodie was not satisfied. That's right, that's too much. Are you still our husband? Chen Yuqi was also beside her and said in agreement. Luo Wen was like a dead pig that was not afraid of boiling water. Eat it or not, I didn't ask you to eat it anyway, you paid me to make it, this is my level. She would of course be very attentive when making it for her daughter and do her best, but forget it for these young ladies, after all, it's just a contractual relationship now. They pay, Luo Wen cooks, just do it as he pleases, as fast as he can. But even if he's fast, Luo Wen's cooking skills are still great. Yang Mi couldn't help but complain at this time, you're so cruel. Then he scooped out a spoonful of egg fried rice and played with it, put it in his mouth, and took a big bite, as if biting this hateful man. Just this bite, she instantly felt extremely happy. The seemingly simple egg fried rice was so delicious that she was speechless all of a sudden. Then Yang Mi started eating 1 spoonful after another, and couldn't stop at all. Mi, why don't you say something? Why are you eating? Jar couldn't stand it. As a result, Yang Mi just rolled her eyes and continued to eat without saying a word. Nazar, you seem to want to lose weight. If you don't want to eat your portion, give it to me. Mi, you are too much. Although I want to lose weight, I have to eat a lot to have the strength to lose weight. Jar couldn't help but say angrily at this time, and then began to hide his breakfast. Yang Mi's performance is all about saying that the simple egg fried rice is actually very delicious. In fact, the children also have these meals, but the cute pastries made by Luo Wen attracted their attention. At this time, they saw that their mothers had started to eat, and they started to eat together. After taking a bite, the girls immediately showed satisfied eyes and praised, Dad's cooking is so delicious. Can you cook for Nuno every day in the future? Luo Wen touched Nunio's little head tenderly. Of course, as long as Nunio is willing, Dad can cook for you for the rest of his life. Seeing his daughter, with that satisfied and happy look, Luo Wen's heart was suddenly filled with a unique sense of identity and happiness. With a daughter, everything is enough. And the little sisters next to them were watching eagerly. Suddenly, they all unconsciously became a little jealous. How could he be so tender to a few little kids? Luo Wen was also very charming when he was tender. What are we thinking? Why do we look forward to his tenderness? It's really a go. It must be an illusion caused by being mad at this straight man. The little sisters didn't say anything, but they all had a common idea in their hearts. I immediately dispelled some strange thoughts in my mind and continued to eat. After a delicious meal, a group of young ladies couldn't help but feel relieved. This 6 flowers are really worth it, even if it's just a fried rice with egg. The millet porridge is also very fragrant, and it seems a little different from the millet porridge they have had before. Anyway, it is special, fragrant and long-lasting. Okay, we will do business in a while, and we don't need to go anywhere else. We can take selfies with our mobile phones. Sisters, let's take pictures and put them on the internet. Be sure to post them before those paparazzi release them. Yang Mi gave an order to discuss and prepare to do business. The sisters agreed in unison. We want it too. We want to take pictures with Dad. The little cuties immediately jumped up and down to express their demands. Luo Wen held one on each side and carried another on his back. The 3 little girls were having fun on him. Luo Wen did not make a fuss and patiently let them play. Har har, of course you can. Daddy is actually very good at taking pictures. Daddy can take beautiful pictures of you in the future. Really? Daddy is the best. So great. Nyo and Dodo were very excited. Daddy, great. Even the slurred No joined in praising Luo Wen. Seeing the sticky father and daughter, the goddesses didn't know what to say. They asked Luo Wen to come back to take care of their daughter, not sure whether it was a blessing or a curse. Chapter 12. I'm soft, not hard. It doesn't seem to be a difficult thing to take a couple photo with the goddesses. But after all, they have just had such a contact, and for a moment, they don't know how to show some closeness. After all, they have never been in love before, and the goddesses may only get the feeling of being with the person they like from some of their own fantasies. Sister Yair, you were picked yesterday to be the first candidate to cooperate with Luo Wen in the future, so you go first. At this time, the group of young ladies did not have a clear attitude towards Luo Wen. Instead, they felt that Tong Lia got along well with Luo Wen yesterday, so let her break the deadlock. Okay, then I'll go first. Tong Lia couldn't help but take a deep breath at this time. After all, this is the first time she has done this kind of thing. Seeing the reactions of the goddesses, Luo Wen couldn't help but laugh and cry, Hey, you obviously invited me here, but you made me feel like I was going to the execution ground. Is that fun? What do you know, you straight man? We are giving you enough face by taking a photo of you. If we didn't know that the paparazzi had taken pictures of us, we wouldn't be so close to you. Yang Mi couldn't help but say unhappily at this time. What does this have to do with me? You messed up the matter yourself. You still have an attitude when you ask me for help. Forget it, I'll leave. What Luo Wen couldn't stand the most was the lady's condescending attitude. Yang Mi was used to commanding people. After all, she was the boss of an entertainment company. The artists under her regarded her as a queen, not to mention others. So she always had such a sense of superiority in front of Luo Wen, but since Luo Wen stole her daughter's heart, Yang Mi didn't know what to do. After all, Mo Nuo is still very young, but Yang Mi is too busy with work and has little time to spend with little Mo Nuo, so naturally some of the above situations will occur. But this little girl has a natural closeness with Luo Wen. Is it really the legendary blood connection effect? As for whether her daughter likes him or not, is there any need to say? Little Mo Nuo is so cute and smart, Yang Mi naturally likes her very much. But she is also very passionate about her work, and sometimes she doesn't have enough time to accompany her daughter. In fact, she has been deliberately reducing her workload recently, gradually adjusting her state, and can spend more time with her daughter. Because she felt that her daughter was a little unfamiliar with her before, but she didn't expect that she spent a lot of effort, but she didn't have the kind of communication and closeness between Luo Wen and her daughter. Yang Mi felt envious and jealous. On the one hand, she envied Luo Wen for being able to get her daughter's heart, and on the other hand, she envied her daughter for being able to get Luo Wen's tenderness and pampering, and her mood was very contradictory. So sometimes he showed a bit of unfriendly attitude towards Luo Wen. However, he never told anyone about all this. Besides, he behaved like this. It was impossible for him to apologize to Luo Wen or say something soft. Tong Lia, who was next to him, came to Luo Wen gently and pulled the corner of his sleeve. Okay, don't be angry. Mimi didn't mean it. And I also want to take a photo with you. More importantly, I also want to take a photo with you and Nuno. It can be regarded as a small family portrait of the three of us. Hearing Tong Lia's soft words, Luo Wen's heart softened immediately. He was such a person who would rather be soft than hard. Plus, Tong Lia's attitude was so good, and Nuno next to him was also watching eagerly. If Luo Wen put on a bad face again, it would probably scare his daughter. He glared at Yang Mi unhappily, then smiled and said to Nuno, "Okay Nuno, Dad will take a photo for you in a while. Let's go together and let Dad and Mom take a photo first, okay? Okay? If that's the case, I'll let Dad and Mom take a photo first." Nuno seemed to want to give away her most precious thing. Seeing Tong Lia next to her, she couldn't help but laugh and cry. Tong Lia looked at Luo Wen with a more gentle look, and they couldn't help but smile at each other. The world of children is still very simple. If they like, they like. If they don't like, they will put it on the surface. It's just that it's the first time for the two of them to meet, so it's inevitable that there will be a little embarrassment. The photographer this time is Chen Yuqi. This little girl actually has good photography skills. He plans to take a round of couple photos with Luo Wen for all the girls, and then do something else. At this moment, Chen Yuqi's big eyes couldn't help but roll around, revealing a meaningful smile. Chapter 13. Sister, don't be nervous. Chen Yuqi said a little bit mischievously at this time, can you be quiet? You are thousands of miles away, and everyone knows that you have nothing to do with each other. You are a couple now. Couples, you know. You must be close, you must be cuddly, you must be sweet. Reber laughed gloatingly, har har har, what Yuqi said is really spot on. Sister Yair, come closer, Luo Wen, hug her boldly, don't be shy. Liang, Sister Yair, don't be too shy, be more natural, be more natural. Naza, Luo Wen, you can hug her bolder, wouldn't it be better to put your hand on Sister Yair's back? As for Yang Mi, she just looked and didn't say anything. A bunch of sisters just watched the fun without feeling that they were the parties involved. Now they are watching Tong Lia's fun, and they will be watched in a while. Although I know that I will experience this kind of thing soon, I will watch you first to watch the fun. At least there is a warm-up, right? The key is that Tong Lia seemed to get along well with Luo Wen yesterday, but suddenly there was such a close couple photo, which was indeed a bit difficult for her to accept. However, suddenly being so close to Luo Wen, Tong Lia could feel the unique charm of Luo Wen more clearly. She has never been so close to a man before. When filming, there are no kissing scenes or passionate scenes. Even hugging is done by a stand-in. Although it seems that using a stand-in is not a good thing, Tong Lia just can't accept this situation. Fortunately, she can make up for other aspects with her acting skills and pure appearance, so under such a situation, her film and television work seem to have good reviews. Everyone can feel that Tong Lia seems to be a little bit reluctant, after all, she has never experienced it. Yair, can't you accept it? If it's really not possible, let's just keep the current degree and don't listen to them. For Tong Lia, Luo Wen is still relatively gentle, after all, this little sister is quite good to him, and her attitude is quite upright. She is not as arrogant as Yang Mi, which makes Luo Wen want to pick her up and beat her up. Tong Lia is the kind of gentle big sister, which makes Luo Wen want to protect her. So when he saw her a little embarrassed, Luo Wen immediately whispered comfort. Mom, don't you like Dad? Seeing Tong Lia's performance, her daughter Nuno next to her was a little confused. Before, the mothers said that Dad went to a very far place because of some work and couldn't come back to see them. But now that Dad has appeared, Mom seems to be particularly unfamiliar with Dad. Children are very simple-minded, but sometimes it doesn't mean that they don't understand anything. Don't think that they know nothing. In fact, sometimes, the simpler the mind, the more problems can be seen. Nuno's eyes were full of doubts, even a little worried and fear. Will Mom let Dad leave just because she doesn't like him? Nuo loves dad so much. If dad leaves, who will she go with? She can't bear to leave mom if she goes with dad, and she can't bear to leave dad if she goes with mom. It's so difficult to choose. The best thing is that mom and dad are together forever and never separate. Although sometimes, Nuo wants to occupy dad's arms, she still hopes that she can get the love of both parents at the same time. Seeing her daughter's eyes, Tong Lia suddenly trembled a little in her heart. Sorry to trouble you. Next, I'll leave it to you. At this time, Tong Lia was a little trembling, and she got into Luo Wen's arms all of a sudden. For a moment, Luo Wen swallowed his throat with difficulty because he was filled with warmth and softness. It smells so good. Besides, this feeling is quite good. Luo Wen's body stiffened for a moment, but his little hands, which had nowhere to put, gently patted Tong Lia's back to indicate that he was ready, and at the same time to calm her slightly excited emotions. Luo Wen immediately winked at Chen Yuqi, and they were now in such a close but not ambiguous environment, in this unique corner of the villa, and a warm picture was formed immediately. Very sweet, cute, with a little playfulness, like the heartbeat feeling between lovers who just started to know each other. Although Chen Yuqi was a little naughty at ordinary times, she was still able to seize the opportunity when she was doing serious work. She pressed the shutter in an instant and adjusted her exposure and angle. So several photos that left a deep impression on Tong Lia were born. But she hadn't woken up yet, and was still enjoying the process of shooting with Luo Wen. Chapter 14. You two are a perfect match. The photos of Luo Wen and Tong Lia that were taken just now have been shown to everyone by Chen Yuqi. It must be said that Chen Yuqi's shooting skills are quite good. The picture's in front of everyone now. There is a kind of beauty, a kind of sweetness, and a unique cute feeling. Tong Lia is particularly beautiful and moving in the picture, with a little shyness, which is more touching. The interaction of love with Luo Wen in the eyes makes people feel a little sweet. And Luo Wen also showed his pampering to the fullest, and the admiration in his eyes could not be concealed. Does Luo Wen dislike Tong Lia? That's fake, this girl still has her own unique charm. And after getting along with each other, I think this little sister is still quite lovable. Among these 6 women, Luo Wen thinks that if there is one who can be in harmony with him, it is probably Tong Lia. After all, the attitudes of other people are not clear, but Tong Lia is obviously the kind of person who particularly desires family life and especially hopes that Nuo has a father. There may be some unique impulses and ideas in the past that made her do some irrational things. For example, she gave birth to Nuo without a man, and she had never even been in love. But after giving birth to Nuo, she found that things were far from as simple as she imagined. She can live without a man, but the child really needs a father. So after thinking about it again and again, they all felt that finding the biological father of their children was the best choice. When they chose Luo Wen, they spent a lot of money and left all their life essence. Now if they want to find Luo Wen, it is naturally easy if the price is enough. So now it has become this situation. In fact, after Luo Wen came to them, several young ladies were not used to it. But Tong Lia felt that there was nothing wrong with Luo Wen, and he was even better than she imagined. Appearance, figure, etc., are all top-notch, even reaching the level of male god, much better than many male stars in the entertainment industry she knows. On the other hand, Luo Wen is actually quite caring, but he is unwilling to do it. Before having a real relationship with him, he will not give his true efforts. Such a temperament is actually quite good, so that you don't have to flirt with anyone you see in the future, and be nice to anyone you see. It's good to have your own principles. Thinking in this way, Luo Wen seems to be very consistent with Tong Lia's various settings and beautiful expectations of her other half. Suddenly, she was a little moved, and the close interaction between her and Luo Wen when taking pictures just now was actually quite touching. However, this is just a good impression. For a while, she still couldn't stand it for her to break through this kind of relationship. But now looking at them in the photos, it feels really good, like they are a real couple, especially cute and charming. The other young ladies saw this photo, then looked at the 2 people who were looking at the photo next to them, and they all gave them suspicious and I see looks. Reber, I said that Sister Yair and Luo Wen have such a good relationship. Have you already fallen in love at first sight? Chen Yuqi, Sister Yair, if you really like her, we don't have any objections. After all, Nuo also needs a father. Li and I, that's right, if you really want to do something, don't worry about us, just do it. Naza, oh, don't be jealous when we take couple photos with Luo Wen later, after all, we are still good sisters. The sisters' responses made Tong Lia blush. What nonsense are you talking about? How could it be possible? Luo Wen and I just. And didn't you direct and act what you just did? You're still talking about me. Tong Lia wanted to explain, but when she saw a few little girls not far away, who were also looking at them with burning eyes, she immediately swallowed what she wanted to say and changed her mouth, fearing that she would let the cat out of the bag. Actually, the young ladies were just hinting at it, and didn't say much. The little girls looked at their parents with a vague understanding. But they were all very happy to see Luo Wen and Tong Lia being so sweet and close. Har har, look at mom and dad, one is handsome, the other is beautiful, they are a good match. I will take a photo with mom and dad later. Nyo was so happy. She was afraid that her parents would become estranged or even separated. What would she do if one of them had to leave? Dudu, who was standing next to her, was also envious after seeing it, and shouted in a baby voice, I wanted to, Mom, you should also be close and sweet when you take a photo with dad later. The last sentence was obviously said by Dudu to her biological mother Reber, which immediately made Reber speechless. This naughty child. Chapter 15. Sister Mimi, are you scared? Due to Dudu's strong request, Reber directly became the second goddess to take a photo with Luo Wen. However, compared to Tong Lia's shyness and her charming state of wanting to refuse but also wanting to welcome, Reber is more relaxed and lively. More importantly, Reber sometimes has a bit of a foolish attribute. Anyway, her daughter is born from this man's genes, so it is not unacceptable for her to be close to him. Although Reber has never been in a relationship in this time and space, she has the same characteristics as other young ladies. Filming is okay, but close things are absolutely not allowed. And she has never filmed any quiet scenes in filming, and even rarely hugs and cuddles. She really doesn't like to have any contact with those so-called male stars. But when she is with Luo Wen, she doesn't have any resistance. Such an environment makes Reber herself feel very strange. Although she had some quarrels, small disputes and frictions with Luo Wen yesterday, she was still in a good mood when taking this couple photo with Luo Wen today. In addition, his daughter Xiao Dudu was watching all the time. The fresh look of Luo Wen and Tong Lia just now made Xiao Dudu envious. He also hoped that his mother could be more affectionate with his father. Sometimes, the degree of affection between parents can really directly affect the mood of children, and even bring them many different influences of their original families. It is precisely because of this that Reber is very open, holding Luo Wen's arm, not distant, and even a little close and sweet. After gradually letting go, Reber looks more lively and cute, posing in various naughty shapes, and completely treating Luo Wen as a background board. Anyway, when it comes to taking pictures, the goddesses all have this idea, they must be beautiful. Reber can be so open, Luo Wen is naturally free. So the shooting progress of this set of photos is quite fast. The other goddesses also cooperated with Luo Wen relatively quickly. After Chen Yuqi fiddled with Tong Lia for the first time, the progress of subsequent shooting was much faster. Plus her photography skills are very good, so after shooting like this, the girls are quite satisfied with the couple photos they took. Then finally came to the last one, their big sister Yarn Mi. This queen-like woman is still holding her little daughter Nwonuo. Now Nwonuo still speaks inarticulately, can only say a few simple words, and can't walk steadily. The little Nwonuo who was held was very cute. Because she was happy and excited, she kept waving her little hands and kicking Xiaoye. This kid can now call mom and dad, and he was very intimate after seeing Luo Wen. Just now, Chen Yuqi, with the help of other girls, also finished taking the couple photos of herself and Luo Wen. Chen Yuqi is born to be a playful and cute little girl, with many strange and weird ideas. She is also the youngest among a group of sisters. Taking couple photos with Luo Wen makes her look more youthful and cute, and their photos are also quite lively and cute. They look like those young couples who are just in love, which makes her feel a little moved. Of course, that kind of impulse is fleeting. After all, the sisters who have daughters with Luo Wen have not made any progress, so she will not fall into it so easily. But now it is finally the last one, Yarn Mi, and the big sister is a little shy. After all, from the beginning to now, she has been a little at odds with Luo Wen, and a group of young ladies have already finished shooting. After all, if you want to release this news together, you have to be a little shocking, and everyone should take beautiful couple photos. Xiao Dudu is very excited, because in addition to the cooperation between several goddesses and Luo Wen, two mothers with daughters, Tong Lia and Reber, brought their daughters to take some family photos with Luo Wen. These photos are particularly warm, showing love with daughters. That feeling is really hard to describe. After all, they themselves have never been in love, and suddenly such a situation occurred. You can imagine the mixed feelings in their hearts. Although Xiaodudu didn't understand, she also knew that taking pictures with her parents was a very happy thing. And now it was finally Yangmi's turn. The other sisters all looked at her with a playful smile. Yangmi said a little coquettishly, "Why are you looking at me like that? What's so good about it? Isn't it just taking a photo?" "Har har, Sister Mimi, you are not scared, are you?" Reber asked her with a meaningful smile. Yang Mi said, "Har har, just kidding, sister, I've shot enough blockbusters, what am I afraid of? I'm just worried that this man will affect my performance." Luo Wen was impatient and said to her directly, "Hey, why are you talking so much? Just come over and take pictures. I'm not asking you to take nude pictures, why are you so shy?" Luo Wen's words immediately choked Yang Mi, and she was so angry that she couldn't say a word. "You dead straight man, do you know how to talk?" Luo Wen looked at the time. "I think you're wasting too much time. I'm going to take pictures of my daughters. I'll show you my shooting skills later. My daughters can't wait." Chapter 16. If you don't listen to me, I'll show you how I'll deal with you. When Yang Mi saw Luo Wen's attitude, she was so angry that her teeth were itching. "I'm a girl, can't you be a little gentler to me?" Luo Wen was always nice and gentle to other girls, but he was completely cold to her, like a cold stone. Never compromised. The two of them were like a thorn in the flesh, and it seemed as if they just didn't get along. The main reason is that, in fact, neither of them has ever been in a relationship. One is a bit straight, and the other is a bit of a queen. They are both too self-centered. If she is like Tong Lia, who has never been in a relationship but has a gentler personality, Luo Wen will naturally be able to get along well with her. After all, it seems like a good choice to have such a goddess by your side. Even though Yang Mi is now very popular, she is regarded as a queen by the film and television circles and her fans. But even though she gave him a cold shoulder, Luo Wen still didn't care at all, and she certainly wouldn't look at her in a good light. At this time, Yang Mi came to Luo Wen reluctantly, with his hands folded, looking a little disdainful. I don't know where the emotions of these sisters who were so happy cooperating with Luo Wen just now came from. "Sister Mimi, please cooperate with me. With that expression on your face, how can you take photos like a couple?" Chen Yuqi advised. Niu couldn't help but curiously ask Tong Lia in a low voice, "Mom, Mimi, does mommy dislike daddy? Why does he look a little angry?" That's right. Dad is so good, why doesn't Mimi's mom like him?" Dudu next to her couldn't help but ask her own question. Hearing the two little girls whispering, Yang Mi felt a little speechless, but suddenly, she realized why they were not cooperating, and it seemed that there was really no way to proceed. "You're such a good straight guy, I'm telling you, don't take advantage of me, don't." What are you doing?" Before Yang Mi could finish her words, Luo Wen pulled her over and hugged her tightly. The distance between the two of them suddenly became seamless. Luo Wen said angrily, "What are you doing?" "I'm waiting to take a picture of my daughter. If you keep procrastinating and refusing to cooperate, I'll show you how I'll deal with you." Yang Mi immediately retorted angrily, "You straight man, who do you think you are? Don't forget that you are just a contracted daughter-in-law. Do you really think of yourself as my husband?" Luo Wen immediately rolled his eyes and said, "Har har, who would like to have a woman like you as a wife? If it weren't for helping other sisters complete the task, I wouldn't hug you. You have such a bad temper, do you think you are really the queen?" Yang Mi was immediately furious, "Can you speak?" Luo Wen, "No. Do you want me to block your mouth with my mouth? Take a couple photo with the biggest exposure." Yang Mi, "You are such a good scoundrel, do you often do this to other girls?" Luo Wen didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "It's no fun if you do this. Let me tell you, everyone is watching us, and my daughters are staring at us. If you don't cooperate, I will have to take measures." Luo Wen felt that Yang Mi was now completely stiff, and naturally felt the tension of this young lady. "Relax, I won't do anything to you. It's just a photo. Look how nervous you are. Even if you want to do something to me now, I'm not interested," Luo Wen said unhappily. Seeing Luo Wen's clear eyes, Yang Mi couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief, but then she changed her mind and felt angry again. Am I so unattractive? It seems like it's too much trouble for you to look at me for even a second. Sometimes, women have this mentality. If you look at him a few more times, people will think you are a hooligan. If you don't take her seriously, she will think that she is not attractive enough, and it is because you have poor taste. So, his daughter is a complex of contradictions. Luo Wen doesn't care about that. He directly closes the distance between himself and Yang Mi. His handsome profile seems as if he is going to get close to her all of a sudden. Yang Mi's heartbeat quickened. What is he going to do? Is he really going to kiss me? What should I do? I'm not ready for my first kiss yet. How could he do this with so many sisters watching? It's over, it's over. He seems to have given up. Never mind. Even though this guy is a bit annoying, he's still pretty handsome. Let him have it. After all, he's Nuo's biological father. However, just as Yang Mi nervously closed his eyes and thought about something, a flash of light flashed quickly. The shutter clicked, and the sound of buttons rang out. Har har, Sister Mimi, you two are working together well. Isn't this great? Look how much we feel like a couple. Chen Yuchi's voice also appeared in their ears, and then Yang Mi felt her body lighten, and the arms that had been holding her tightly suddenly disappeared like air. The change in this man made her feel a little lost. Just now, when Luo Wen was so close to her, he was so scared that he closed his eyes, with all kinds of emotions surging in his heart. At this moment, she suddenly felt empty and almost lost her balance, but Luo Wen helped her up. When Yang Mi opened his eyes, his big, crystal clear eyes couldn't help but reveal a little resentment towards Luo Wen. Chapter 17. How can a man say no? Seeing Luo Wen's attitude, Yang Mi couldn't help but feel a little angry. There was a hint of resentment in his eyes when he looked at Luo Wen, but Chen Yuchi beside him didn't seem to notice that Yang Mi was in a bad mood. Instead, he happily took the photo and came to Yang Mi. Har har, Sister Mimi has to say that you and Luo Wen look like a couple. Look at your looks and poses. You two are so cute, so close, and so sweet. After hearing Chen Yuchi's words, Yang Mi couldn't help but take a few more glances, and found that she looked shy in the photo, as if she was closing her eyes waiting for Luo Wen's favor. It was so embarrassing. How could this happen? What on earth was I thinking at that time? At this moment, Yang Mi thought of the little thoughts she had at that time, and her pretty face turned red. Seeing that Luo Wen was actually looking at her, she couldn't help but glare at Luo Wen fiercely. She didn't say much, just nodded and said, "Not bad." Then she went back to the other side and picked up little Nuo who was in Li Shi's arms. Seeing mom and dad hug each other, as if they were very close, little Nuo, who had no independent consciousness yet, was very happy, and kept waving his hands. Mom and dad hug me. Seeing her daughter's adorable appearance, Yang Mi's slightly depressed mood just now disappeared. However, when I thought about the closeness between my daughter and Luo Wen, I couldn't help but feel a little complicated. I don't know what's wrong with this man. He is so popular with children. After only spending a short time with them, the little girls are already clinging to him. Are girls born to love their dads? They must have been lovers in their previous lives. Thinking of this, Yang Mi couldn't help but feel a little unsure about how to deal with her relationship with Luo Wen in the future. But she and Luo Wen have some differences, which makes it even more difficult to deal with this matter. However, Yang Mi thought that she would not be spending much time with Luo Wen in the future, and seeing that Luo Wen was quite nice to his daughter, she felt a little relieved. Maybe in the future, she will need to spend more time dealing with work matters. She couldn't spend all her time with her daughter, so she could only try to make time. It seems like it's not bad to have a dad like Luo Wen. You should be a little nicer to him in the future. At this time, Luo Wen was also looking through the couple photos that Chen Yuchi had taken with other young ladies. Each young lady has a different look from him, and he cooperates with every moment of their beauty. After this round of filming, he seemed to have become a little closer to these girls. The most obvious ones are the three mothers with daughters. Forget Yang Mi, no one knows what she is thinking, but Tong Lia and Reber, on the other hand, cooperate with him very well. With their daughters around, they naturally seem closer. Luo Wen, okay, next, it's up to me. I'm going to take pictures of my daughters. Can you do it? If you make my daughter look ugly, I won't forgive you. Yang Mi was the first to question. After all, he had just had a head-on confrontation with Luo Wen. How can a man say no? Just leave it to me. Luo Wen showed a confident smile and said meaningfully. Hearing his words, Yang Mi couldn't help but spit at him and walked away in a bad mood. It turned out that he couldn't talk to him. As soon as he talked to him, he would be furious. This straight guy deserves to be single for the rest of his life. Yang Mi couldn't help but curse inwardly. Seeing the conversation between Yang Mi and Luo Wen, the young ladies nearby couldn't help but laugh secretly. In fact, Yang Mi is not as difficult to get along with as imagined. Sometimes she is quite straightforward and may be easier to approach. As long as you can gain her recognition, this woman is quite righteous. This is also an important reason why Yang Mi can still serve as a leader among this group of little girls after they become best friends. Reber watched from the side and couldn't help but feel a little worried. It is said that boys always use mysterious angles when taking photos. A long neck can be photographed as a short neck, and a fair-skinned and beautiful girl can be photographed as a dark-skinned and ugly girl. Don't mess it up. We are so pretty, you must take prettier photos. In fact, the young ladies have always had some cute photos of these little ones in their mobile phones, a few goddesses who have not given birth. Although they are not their biological mothers, they also like these little girls very much and have quite a few photos stored in their mobile phones. But after all, the remaining daughters are a secret, and there are indeed no blockbuster photos taken by photographers or photo studios. After all, I'm really afraid of the news leaking out. Although Chen Yuqi has some photography skills, they are still a little behind those of professional photographers. At this time, Luo Wen boasted about his photography skills so much that he couldn't help but attract the attention of several young ladies. Chapter 18. This little rascal did it on purpose. This time, Luo Wen really did not disappoint the young ladies. The girls saw that Luo Wen made some special preparations for the two little girls. This villa is quite nice. The flowers, plants and trees are very unique, and some of the flowers and plants have obviously been specially cared for by someone. They are all top actresses, and they bought this villa together. The housekeepers they found were all first-rate, and there were also people who worked as gardeners for them to take care of the flowers and plants. Of course, there are few among them who like to fiddle with flowers and plants. After all, it seems to be natural for girls to like flowers. Of course, some people don't have this mindset. But girls who have a little life, fun and taste often have this hobby. Flowers have different appeals to every woman, but some have the patience and some don't. At this moment, in such a small courtyard, there is a special kind of fun. Luo Wen had already taken on a more interesting task early on. Please ask the master to take a group of blockbuster photos for his daughter. The higher the score of the photo, the better the reward. During the photo shoot, you will gain advanced photographer skills. You can clearly feel the improvement of your photography skills. Complete the mission successfully and automatically gain advanced photographer skills. You can also get better rewards. Seeing this task prompt, Luo Wen naturally wanted to give his best performance. By the way, he could also show off in front of the goddess mothers. Why not do it? Task assistance function. You can extract several props from the system to assist in filming. The parent-child outfit with your goddess wife can enhance the intimacy between you and your daughter, and can make the goddess feel more in tune with you and closer to you. A sweet wreath can enhance my daughter's cuteness and exquisite beauty, and add points to the photo. The cute plush toys can help your daughter better cooperate with your shooting angles and poses, and create more unique poses. Role-playing props. You can cosplay the goddess' favorite anime character, or role-playing bonus. Just by looking at a few of the selected auxiliary items, Luo Wen could clearly feel what a lovely scene it would be when his little daughter put on these beautiful or cute props. I couldn't help but feel excited again. Of course, Luo Wen didn't take these things in front of the goddesses. He said he would go back into their house to get some props for his daughters, and asked the goddesses to wait outside. Seeing Luo Wen's back, Chen Yuqi couldn't help but ask the other sisters, "Hey, you guys, is Luo Wen scared? That's why he hides in the house and doesn't dare to come out." Yang Mi said unhappily, "I think so. He just boasted so much about himself, but now he is embarrassed. If I were him, I should have some self-awareness. I might as well let Chichi take some more beautiful and lovely photos for our daughter." Reber smiled at this time. "Hey, Sister Mimi, didn't you enjoy the photo shooting process just now? I see that you said so, but you are actually quite satisfied with Luo Wen. Yang Mi immediately defended herself. Go away, you are the only one who talks nonsense. Are you saying that because you like it? Anyway, if you like it, just take it. Sister, I won't stop you. At this time, Nagar also said with a hint of meaning, hey, women, you are all creatures who say one thing and mean another. We are both women and we all understand. Yang Mi was so choked that he didn't know what to say. You guys, forget it, I won't talk nonsense with you guys anymore, let's go and ask Luo Wen if he's okay. While the young ladies in class 1 were having a heated discussion and taking the cute little kids to play in the yard outside, Luo Wen finally came over with some things. Luo Wen had made his choice very quickly just now. When the girls saw Luo Wen take out some exquisite and cute props, they didn't know what to say. When did you prepare all this? It seems like it was premeditated. Yang Mi's face looked meaningful. Har har, you are right. I am not that fond of you, but I still like our daughter very much. Knowing that I could become their nanny, I have already made all kinds of preparations. Not only do I have to be a nanny, but I also have to prepare some small gifts for them. Don't say so much, I can't wait, hurry up and change clothes for my daughter. Nuno, go first, and Yair, you go change clothes too, let's take a group photo of parent-child outfits. Okay, Daddy is the best. Mommy, that dress is so pretty, let's change into it together, I like it so much. Daddy still loves us. When Nuno saw the clothes that Luo Wen took out, she couldn't help but feel happy and excited. But when Tong Lia saw herself in this outfit, her face couldn't help but turn a little red. What was going on? This little rascal must have done it on purpose. Chapter 19. You must have had some plan for a long time. Seeing Tong Lia biting her little lip with a shy look on her face, Luo Wen looked at the clothes in the book and couldn't help but feel a little embarrassed. He scratched his head innocently. Har har, I was just paying attention to Nuno's clothes. Her clothes were quite cute. I didn't expect that this clothes seemed a bit har har har. Yang Mi was furious. Har har, you are so big, har har, did you do it on purpose? You are a big wolf. You have wanted to do this for a long time, right? Yang Mi pointed at the two sets of clothes, one large and one small, in Luo Wen's hand, and couldn't help but sneered. Reber, on the other hand, is Yang Zi, who is very interested in clothes. Actually, I think this is nothing. Is it a parent-child outfit? It should look good when worn. Chen Yuqi also said very interestingly, it's just that the clothes that Sister Yair wants to wear do seem a bit strange, but I can guarantee that it will be very effective when worn. Nagar, Sister Yair, you should give it a try. I am looking forward to it. Hee. The young ladies nearby couldn't help but smile at this moment. Tong Lia and Reber are sisters and come from the same hometown, so they have a lot of common topics. What kind of personality does Tong Lia have? Reber knows it best. But now, seeing this young lady with a blushing face, she found it particularly interesting. But in fact, Tong Lia must have some feelings for Luo Wen. This young lady usually keeps her distance from every man and looks like she wants to keep people at a distance. But she gets along very well with Luo Wen. Doesn't this prove something? Although the two had not known each other for long, it could even be said that they had only spent a little over a day together. However, because of Nuno, Luo Wen was born with a unique advantage. Tong Lia is a very traditional person. She used to think that there might not be a man who could make her heart beat faster, and she has reached a certain age. She wants to have a child as soon as possible so that she won't have to worry about anything else and can focus on her career. It would be nice to have a child to accompany her when she gets old. But what they didn't expect was that after the children were born, they asked them for their father. The aggrieved and pitiful looks of the little girls finally made the mothers compromise. So Luo Wen appeared in their lives. Just with the bond of Nuno, Luo Wen was very likely to become a very important person in their lives. So Reber could feel that Tong Lia seemed to be trying very hard to make an attempt and change. For Nuno, she tried to get closer to Luo Wen. If she really found this man suitable, she believed that the relationship would develop further. So, Reber also gave this young lady a good push. Since she herself has thought about this matter yet, she might as well let this sister give it a try. It's Tong Lia. She is really too introverted. If you don't take the initiative to push her, she won't know how to move forward. Although she had some thoughts of trying it yesterday, she only tried it briefly. So, when Luo Wen took out this piece of clothing this time, she felt that this was an opportunity. Let us see if Tong Lear can accept some of Luo Wen's more excessive requests. If possible, it means that your future with the young lady may be able to take a step further. After hearing Reber's words, the young ladies next to her also seemed to be enjoying the fun. Li Wei, har har har, yes, this dress is actually quite good, and not too revealing. Sister Yair, why don't you try it? Chen Yuqi, we all want to see the effect. The one Nyonyo is wearing must be beautiful, and with this one from Sister Yair, the effect will definitely be better if you two wear it together. Reber, Luo Wen, you have a good eye. Have you been planning this for a long time? Nagar, just now you said that the things you prepared for your daughters were already prepared, but this one for Sister Yair, did you prepare it in advance as well? At this moment, everyone can see that the parent-child outfit in Luowen's hand has a pair of kitten ears on his head. This headdress is very cute and can add a little cuteness to their wearer. But the clothes that Nyonyo wears are indeed cute, but the one that Tong Lear wears has a more charming feel. The cheongsam with a high slit in the middle at the heart can perfectly show the female figure and has a slightly hollow feeling. There is just a little bit of simple cloth around the waist. I have to say that Tong Lear has a pretty good figure. Wearing this dress will definitely have an unexpected effect, especially with a pair of cute animal ears. When Luo Wen thought about it, his heart beat faster. However, originally he just wanted simple parent-child clothes to make his photo longer, but he didn't expect that now there are some clothes with cos effects, which seems to have caused everyone's misunderstanding. This is simply digging a hole for himself, as if he did it this way on purpose. I was careless. Next time I choose clothes, I will have to see the effect first. But since I have taken them out, I should at least let the owner wear them. In fact, Luo Wen is really looking forward to seeing how Tong Lear will look in this dress. Chapter 20, It's time to show real skills. When Tong Lear changed her clothes and slipped out successfully, most young ladies' eyes lit up. But Luo Wen next to her couldn't help but swallow hard. This figure is too hot, and it is really displayed in this outfit with a unique charm. The most important thing is that Tong Lear's shy look makes people want to pamper her. At this time, Luo Wen was holding a camera, facing the scrutiny of a group of young ladies with a somewhat innocent look. Reber asked with interest, "My brother Luo Wen, I am curious, do I also have such an outfit ready to change? Do you want me and Xiao Dudu to have a unique parent-child outfit?" Chen Yuqi, actually, I'm more curious about whether you want Sister Mimi to do the same thing. Yarn am I, I will never change into this kind of clothes even if you kill me, it's too much. Cesium Wolf. Li, har, Sister Mimi, don't be so confident. Maybe after you see the effect of taking photos, you will compromise. Nagar, yes, brother Luo Wen boasted about his photography skills so much, what if he is really good, will Sister Mimi really like it? Chen Yuqi, brother Luo Wen, now is your chance to show your true skills. Take this photo to perfection and make it look stunningly beautiful. Only then can you make Sister Mimi fall in love with you. Come on, I'm rooting for you. After the young lady finished speaking, she patted Luo Wen's shoulder appreciatively. Seeing a group of young ladies cheering there, clearly looking like they were just there to watch the fun, Luo Wen said unhappily, "What are you doing?" "I'm doing something very artistic. Do you understand art?" "That guy, I don't understand, I just saw your cesium eyes." Reber, no need to explain, explanation is just covering up, we all understand how you feel. If you take good pictures, I don't mind wearing it once, it depends on how you show it this time. Dudu, Dad, you have to work harder. Take a nice photo of Sister Nyonyo and then take a photo of Dudu later. Dudu also wants a dress like this. It's so cute. Little Monuo, haha, Daddy Pat. Whether it is a group of goddesses or the little daughter following around, they are now full of expectations. Luo Wen suddenly felt very stressed. What if the shooting fails? Won't it be obvious that you have ulterior motives? But after all, it's a skill given by the system, so I shouldn't mess it up. To be honest, his photography skills used to be really bad. The kind of photos he took of girls would make them mad to death. The reason why Luo Wen said so awesomely just now is mainly because the products produced by the system must be high quality. Since the system has said that it can give him the skills of an advanced photographer and improve his photography, then it must be possible. After all, Luo Wen has gained a lot of benefits before, and this time should be no exception, right? Luo Wen took a deep breath, adjusted the exposure, white balance, focus angle, etc. of his SLR camera, and took 2 pictures of the lotus garden to try. For a moment, he had a unique feeling, as if he could find an independent space and the balance of light and shadow just by looking around. This feeling is very mysterious. The photographer's job is to capture beautiful moments. Sometimes, it really requires a bit of talent, but this kind of technique can also be slowly trained, which is also called photography skills. Now, Luo Wen suddenly feels that his photography skills have improved a lot. The angle presented through the lens and his ability to capture the image seemed to come naturally to him. Just now, when he casually took the photo, he caught a glimpse of Tong Lia's shy expression, which was a little expectant and a little cute. The picture of playfulness and cuteness and a little quietness and a little charm makes Luo Wen very excited. The little girl next to her is also very cute, and she looks like she wants to imitate her beautiful mother. At this time, Luo Wen quickly pressed the shutter, and a photo that left a deep impression on many people came out. Luo Wen took a look and couldn't help but smile with satisfaction. But he was even more looking forward to the next shoot, because he felt he could take more beautiful photos and satisfy these goddesses. A few girls nearby who knew photography had actually been paying attention for a long time, and if Luo Wen had arrived later, they would have even thought of interrupting him. But when Luo Wen took a casual shot, he saw the beautiful inhuman woman in the picture. It turned out to be a familiar little sister, which made the girls next to them so surprised that they couldn't close their mouths. Chapter 21. You really have some skills. Chen Yuqi, oh my god, Luo Wen is really good, you really have some skills. Luo Wen, har har, do I look like a joke? If I say it's okay, it must be okay. There's no way a man can't do it. Reber said angrily, alright, I know you're good enough, look at how cocky you are. Keep taking pictures, don't think you can get away with just one picture. Yaya and Nyonyo, they've been wearing their clothes for so long. In fact, Tong Lia didn't wear any makeup, but she was naturally beautiful. She looked particularly pure and lovely under the camera, and had a kind of simple beauty. Needless to say, Nyonyo is cute. At this age, she can already run all over the ground. She is also lively and active, and quirky, which makes her very likable. However, when she was with Tong Lia, Nyonyo was very good and obedient. The key is that this set of parent-child clothes is so powerful. This set of clothes, with its charming nature, instantly shows Tong Lia's pure and unique charm to the fullest. To be honest, if it were a normal situation, men would probably turn into beasts when seeing it and do things they couldn't control. After all, this attire was really too much for them to bear. But at this time, Luo Wen seemed to have entered a magical working state. He was very focused and tried all kinds of angles and poses, standing, squatting and lying down. The most interesting thing is that there are some angles where he really has to lie down to take the photos. In order to find a good angle, he used all his skills and exerted all his efforts. Seeing how hard Luo Wen was taking pictures, the people around him couldn't help but be very surprised, because Luo Wen was really too professional. Most importantly, he didn't have any fill light or any unique methods. He just used the most direct and simple shooting method himself, but the resulting pictures really shocked them. This picture of a mother and her daughter, wearing a unique set of parent-child outfits, is pure and lovely, and has a kind of intimacy that is unforgettable. How to put it? They themselves couldn't explain it, but they just thought it was so beautiful. Every photo of Luo Wen is a blockbuster. You know, those photographers in the past were not always successful when taking pictures of us. Only after countless snapshots and countless displays of photos can you pick out a satisfactory one, and then use some fine-tuning techniques like PS to make them look even more beautiful. However, the pictures taken by Luo Wen seem to need no repair at all, as they can show the most beautiful side of a woman and the purest side of a child under light and shadow. This method is really brilliant. Chen Yuqi knows a little about photography and likes to travel to various places to leave beautiful silhouettes of her youth. But at this time, she couldn't help but give Luo Wen a thumbs up and click the like button manually. Oh my god, I thought he was joking, but who knew it was true? Brother Luo Wen's methods are amazing. Better than those master photographers I've seen. Chen Yuqi couldn't help but make such a comment. Yang Mi was a little surprised, is it so amazing? Are you exaggerating? Chen Yuqi chuckled, hey, didn't you just watch some samples? It doesn't need any repairs at all to become a blockbuster. This kind of skill is not something that ordinary photographers can achieve. It requires a very mature set of theories on capturing light and shadow, controlling angles, and composing the picture. This requires talent, very good talent. Even if ordinary people practice hard, it is difficult to reach this level. As the saying goes, an expert can tell whether something is good or not just by looking at it once, and the more knowledgeable people are, the more they know its depth. Chen Yuqi is also a little girl who has gone very far on the road of photography. She even thought that if she didn't become an actress in the future, maybe she could open a photo studio, become an excellent photographer, and make a living for herself. Even in the future, it would be great to go behind the scenes in a film crew and become one of the best photographers. There are very few female photographers in this industry, but showing the artistic side through the lens is something that many people like to do. At this time, Luo Wen is also experiencing a magical transformation. He can clearly feel the bonus brought to him by the skills, and it also makes him feel a unique love. This is what he wants to do. At the beginning, Tong Lier was a little shy and unnatural, which was captured quite accurately by the camera. But as time went on, his cooperation with Luo Wen became more and more tacit and smooth, and the hidden properties of this set of clothes were revealed. The more this happened, the more beautiful Tong Lier appeared later. One picture after another, breathtakingly beautiful, was presented under Luo Wen's lens. The goddesses next to them were speechless. Chapter 22. Did you do something bad to our photos at night? The differences between men and women can be seen from their choice of mobile phones. The criteria women use to choose her are very simple: the appearance of the phone, the ability to take photos, and beautiful pictures. Men's criteria for choosing a mobile phone: cost-effectiveness, performance score, CPU, GPU memory, whether it has all kinds of black technology, whether it can play large games, and whether it is smooth to use. Yes, there is a natural difference between men and women, and now there is a separation. Legend has it that women are men, and it is not easy to find a rib that fits your body among the dozen or so ribs. So choosing more than one is what many men want to do, but it is not certain whether they have the ability to do so. Women sometimes pay more attention to appearance. If they have not been hurt by something, they don't know how to judge whether a man is worthy of love. Generally speaking, girls seem to have a few common interests, such as taking beautiful selfies, flowers, and shiny things, such as diamonds. Of course there are exceptions, but the passion for taking photos is something almost every woman wants to do. The more beautiful a woman is, the more she likes to spend time on things like capturing her most beautiful moments. Don't you see, the Beauty-S phone is full of selfies. Therefore, after seeing Luo Wen's shooting skills, these young ladies were all excited. Tong Lier felt sweet in her heart when she saw Luo Wen and saw that he took such a beautiful picture of her. It is said that when a man takes pictures of a woman, the pictures taken are the image and picture of the woman in the man's mind. In this way, it proves that she is still quite beautiful in Luo Wen's eyes, so Tong Lier is very happy. After this operation, Nyo next to her also felt very fond of it. Even though she is still a little girl, she has a natural woman's enthusiasm for taking photos. This is why some little girls like to learn how to put on makeup from their mothers, use their mother's cosmetics, and wear their mother's high heels, fantasizing that they will be as beautiful as their mothers when they grow up. This made Luo Wen very busy. As the saying goes, one woman is equal to 3 ducks. There are 6 women of all sizes and 3 little girls here. That's the power of 30 ducks. Luo Wen even felt that the area around his ears was badly damaged. However, once he gets into the working state, these external disturbances can't disturb him at all. As long as he takes pictures, they will be very good and beautiful, the kind that is beautiful beyond words. With Tong Lier as an example and demonstration, the other young ladies felt more relaxed. Reber pulled the corner of Luo Wen's clothes with her fingers and said shyly, "Well, I also want a photo like Sister Yayer's, but I can change the clothes. Do you have anything else to prepare? My size is a little different from Sister Yayer's." Just now Reber said that if Luo Wen's level is good enough, she doesn't mind changing clothes, because changing clothes happens frequently during filming anyway. It's not an excessive request. Of course he is willing to make himself more beautiful as long as it is acceptable. Girls really have little resistance to such beautiful things. Luo Wen swallowed with some difficulty and looked at Reber again. At this time, the lively and carefree girl became a little shy, and his heart suddenly felt warm. Of course. The parent-child outfits have been prepared long ago. Luo Cheng replied quickly. What I just prepared for Tong Lier and the others was the cheongsam with cat ears. The fluffy and distinctive cheongsam, with the cute cat ears, made it look much more powerful. Add a little cuteness to the charm, and the lethality is doubled. Now it was Reber's turn, along with her daughter Xiaodudu. Luo Wen immediately searched in the system and found a set of props that he had wanted to shoot for a long time. At the beginning, Reber didn't pay attention to it, but she felt that the outfit that Tong Lia and the others wore just now, although a bit explosive, was acceptable. The key point was that the pictures taken were really beautiful. Awesome. Therefore, she did not look carefully at the clothes that Luo Wen picked for them, but after putting them on, she instantly felt a little uncomfortable. I immediately felt how embarrassed Tong Lia was in front of everyone just now. When Reber brought Xiaodudu out, the girls immediately started to cheer and say. Chen Yuqi immediately patted Luo Cheng on the shoulder and said, "Wow. Luo Wen, you are so stupid, how can you do this?" Li Shi smiled and gloated, "Har har har, just now Sister Reber was watching the fun, not thinking it was a big deal, now it's my turn." Tong Lia, who has not changed her clothes yet, said, "I think Luo Wen has a good taste. This temperament and this dress are very suitable for Reber and the others. Nagar, little Dudu is so cute and delicate, Miss Reber, oh, I won't say much, men understand, and we women understand even better." At this moment, Reber didn't know what to say. "Don't go too far, it's just a photo. You will be in trouble later. Let's see if you can stay calm after changing your clothes." Yang Mi was not convinced and said pointedly, "Oh, I think some people are definitely doing it on purpose. Is it amazing to have skills? Do we have to change our clothes once and then leave some photos for your own enjoyment, or do something unspeakable with our photos at night?" Chapter 023. Should you pay me to recuperate? The suit that Reber showed off this time was indeed very stunning. Because this time, what Lowen got her was a little fox coffee-made look. Very Lolita style. Reber is a very girlish girl. Although she has given birth to a little girl, she has always done a very good job of subsequent maintenance. Postpartum body restoration is amazing, and now I'm back to the peak of my figure and appearance, and I feel like I've never given birth. And now that Reber puts on this little coffee-made fox suit, she also has a set of pointed fox ears, but they are little different from the cat ears that Tong Lia wore just now. Coupled with the long fluffy tail at the back, the fiery red plush tail ends with a poke of delicate white hair, making it look particularly pretty. The key is that after Reber wears this suit, its unique effect becomes even more obvious. And the other cute little girl fox is naturally Xiaodudu. Now she is holding a fairy wand, which makes her look particularly delicate and cute. After other young ladies saw Reber and Xiaodudu's pair of suits, they looked at Luo Wen's little eyes, which was even more wrong. Coupled with what Yang Mi said just now, everyone immediately looked at Luo Wen and felt that he had ulterior motives. "Oh my god, is this really who I am in your eyes?" Luo Wen had an innocent look on his face. This was a set of clothes given by the system. Although he also wanted the young ladies to try out the effects of these suits, it was just for appreciation. He really didn't think of anything dirty. But the young ladies all nodded in approval. "Well, I feel like I can't wash it off even if I jump into the Yellow River." However, this is obviously not the first time that Lowen has encountered such a thing. He is not afraid of the itch when he has too many lice. He didn't care about that anymore. After all, at this point, he didn't seem to need to say much. Just take pictures. Originally, he didn't have any other ideas, but now that the ladies have recognized him, if he doesn't do something bad, it would seem like he would be sorry for their misunderstanding. So when shooting Tong Ya before, Luo Wen actually had a very pure mind, which was the idea of shooting an art blockbuster. Moreover, when he was filming a hot film, he had some different ideas and his mentality was a little different. As a result, the captured pictures are even more beautiful and charming, making Reber look like a real vixen. After all, Reber really played the role of White Fox in Another Time and Space. In Another Time and Space, the image of Baifengjiu played by Reber has always been the most adorable and impressive image among fans. It has to be said that Reber from Another Time and Space is very popular, but there are relatively few roles that are truly recognized for her acting skills. Even after she won the Golden Eagle Award for Best Actress, a group of people called her a fake. Of course, there must be some deliberate smear campaign here, but it is also a true reflection of the fact that one's talent is not worthy of the position. At this time and space, Reber is still working steadily and filming TV series. Although he has not reached the level of winning major awards, he has still had quite a few roles, and he gives people the feeling that he is acting seriously. The scene that opened at this time obviously reminded Luo Wen of the role played by Reber in Another World, so Luo Wen also specially took care of Reber's styling. The pictures taken naturally have a more seductive feeling. This is another unique visual experience. When a group of young ladies saw Luo Wen's operation, their eyes suddenly lit up. Chen Yuqi, of course, Luo Wen, you are really amazing. This set of clothes makes Reber look so charming in this way. Li Wei also asked playfully at this time, tell me, what are you going to make me wear later? I think it's fun to take pictures like this. Nogger, har har, me too, me too. After Reber and the others finish filming, it's our turn, right? Sister Mimi doesn't seem to want to film. Yang Mi couldn't help but say, who said I won't take the photo? I just don't like this stinky man and his cool and arrogant look. Chen Yuqi, oh my, Sister Mimi, you're not going to use the law of true fragrance again, are you? For the sake of taking pictures, you are willing to give up everything. Tong Lia also said at this time, har har, Mimi, you are queen, you will wear a set of queen clothes. I wonder if Luo Wen has prepared such a set of equipment for you. Chen Yuqi, okay, let's take a look at my sister's photos first. Oh, it's really good, so beautiful. I also want some photos like this. At this moment, the films shot by Luo Wen have indeed come out. After all, these unique pictures can be seen from the SLR camera. Although this SLR camera belongs to Chen Yuqi, Luo Wen is very skilled in operating it. Seeing herself forming such a beautiful image under the camera of Luo Wen, Reber was naturally very satisfied. At this time, she pretended to be an adult, patted Luo Wen on the shoulder, and said, har har, good boy, keep up the good work in the future. At this moment, Luo Wen couldn't help but think of another time and space, an expression used to tease himself. On the hotel note, there was a handwritten message from a girl, hey boy, it was very comfortable last night. I had a lot of fun, take this money to replenish your body. Then there was a thick stack of money next to it. Luo Wen couldn't help but add, then shouldn't you give me money so that I can recover? As soon as he said this, Luo Wen knew something was wrong. Chapter 024. You bad guy never thought of letting me go. As expected, when Luo Wen said this, he immediately attracted criticism from the young ladies. Yang Mi, okay, you really have evil intentions, you old driver. Chen Yuqi, you dare to tease Reber's sister, you really don't want to be in this world anymore. Li Wei, I am now very worried that the photos you took will fall into your hands and you will do something unsightly. Nogger, Chichi, we need to keep the SLR camera safe for a while. After taking the photos, you have to keep a close eye on it. Don't let it fall into Luo Wen's hands. Chen Yuqi, okay, as you command. Sisters, don't worry, I will definitely complete this task. Reber, everyone should still shoot well. Luo Wen's skills are still good, but his thoughts are a bit dirty. The little girl next to him looked confused. Mom, why is Dad dirty? What does dirty mean? Aren't the photos he took of us very nice? Tong Lia, har, nothing, Dad is playing a little game for us. At this time, Luo Wen could only smile innocently and continue filming. The next ones were Li Shi and Chen Yuqi. Nogger changed their outfits and took photos for them. Luo Wen naturally also took photos of other styles and exchanged other suits from the system. Each young lady is either pure, cute, mature, naughty, or dignified and elegant. Anyway, Luo Wen slowly played with various temperaments and recorded them in their cameras, leaving behind beautiful and stunning figures. The 5 young ladies and 2 girls have all finished filming, leaving Yang Mi as the last one. At this time, Yang Mi was a little depressed, thinking about it, she didn't know what kind of outfit Luo Wen would prepare for her. Will she be punished? After all, from the beginning to now, the two of them have been tit for tat against each other. I wonder if Luo Wen will be so kind and give her a good look. In fact, when Luo Wen takes photos of them, it is not just as simple as taking photos. He is also very good at styling them. By this time, the young ladies had all felt Luo Wen's styling abilities. Stronger than many stylists they know. This is not easy. Maybe in the future when they go to film a TV series, attend a party, or do other things, if they come up with such a unique look and let Luo Wen handle it, it will have a better effect. I'm warning you, don't mess around, or I won't let you go. Yang Mi said this in a somewhat timid tone at this time. Har, why can't you let me go? Why can't you let me go? Luo Wen showed a ruffian smile. Yang Mi's pretty face immediately turned red when he said that. "Ar. You stinky rascal. Don't worry, everyone will be satisfied." Luo Wen showed a meaningful smile. When seeing Luo Wen smile, Yang Mi couldn't help but feel uneasy. "Yang Mi, you are such a person, always arguing with a woman like me, is it fun?" "Luo Wen, I say, miss, if you hadn't provoked me and slandered me, I wouldn't have bothered to pay attention to you." "Yang Mi, then, can we reconcile temporarily? If you take a group of photos for me like the ones of Yair and Reber, then I will forgive you. Can we live in peace from now on?" "Luo Wen, har, I don't know where I offended you, why should you forgive me?" Luo Wen's words immediately choked Yang Mi to the point where she was speechless. She immediately gave herself a strong hint in her heart: don't be angry, don't bother with a big wolf, otherwise he will take some weird photos of you and that will be bad. In fact, if that's the case, wouldn't it be better not to ask Luo Wen to shoot it? However, for such a family activity, the other sisters had already taken photos, and little Monuo was only excited to see her two sisters taking photos, so she didn't want to disappoint her daughter. At this time, Xiao Nuo was already babbling with excitement, his little hands and feet flapping around, and when he saw Luo Wen, he reached out for a hug. In this situation, if I didn't take a photo of little Monuo, I guess this little girl would cry miserably soon. Now little Monuo is in the process of growing self-awareness. He is still a little confused, but he already has some ideas of his own, but he cannot express them clearly. Such a situation is actually more fun, cute and lovable. In addition, Yang Mi usually spends too little time with Xiao Nuo, and now she has the opportunity to take a set of unique photos for her daughter, and Yang Mi does not want to miss it. The important thing is that everyone has already appeared in groups. If she doesn't participate, it would seem a bit inappropriate, after all, it is a group activity. And now all the sisters are looking forward to her cross-dressing. Forget it, just let Luo Wen do whatever he wants. At this time, Yang Mi also accepted his fate. And today, Luo Wen really went for the children's series. Each girl was equipped with different animal ears, which were sometimes small accessories and were really lethal. The animal ears given to Yang Mi this time are a bit unusual. After putting on this set of clothes, Yang Mi couldn't help biting her lips, with anger on her face and a little bit of savagery. "I finally figured it out. You, a bad guy, have never thought of letting me go." Chapter 25. The way I look at you is an artistic scrutiny. Har, thanks for letting me take the chance, but you don't have to take pictures. Luo Wen was so proud at this time. Seeing Luo Wen's smug expression, Yang Mi had the urge to kick him down and stomp on him a few times. But I still have to let Luo Wen take pictures later. Although this dress is a little embarrassing, I have to say it is still pretty good looking, just a little too revealing. The key point is, how does this guy Luo Wen know his own size? Is the clothing too fitted? When she puts it on, it shows off her hot body and every advantage of her body to the fullest. This man definitely planned this and did it on purpose. And some of these clothes had been custom made early on. It's so horrible, so horrible. Isn't it like sending a sheep into the tiger's mouth for them to sign a contract with such a man? No, you must be careful to prevent it. This is a good reminder for all sisters. This man might be even more evil, shameless, and beastly than he appears. But now they have put on their clothes, and a group of sisters are waiting outside, and they also want to take a big group photo of the whole family. So Yang Mi took a natural breath and took a deep breath. It was just this process of taking a deep breath that made some of his pride particularly eye-catching. In fact, Luo Wen is really a bit far away. This suit is a system prop that automatically adapts to the figures of the young ladies. But at this moment, Luo Wen didn't think so much. He just stared at Yang Mi without any hesitation. Hey, can you please take back your eyes that are about to fall to the ground? Even if you look, you can't look too obviously, it's too much. Yang Mi's face was really blushing at this time. She had never seen such a shameless person. It was better to just peek. But what does it mean that he stares with his eyes wide open and looks so hard? Look at my eyes, how clear, how bright, how free of distracting thoughts. You know what? For something that originally has no meaning, pure people see the pure side, and dirty people see the innocent side. I am very pure. The way I look at you is just an artistic scrutiny. If you have any special ideas, I can only say, har. I'm designing an angle for you, looking for a good combination of light and shadow. You'll need photos later anyway. If I take photos, I can also do close UPS and so on. Wouldn't that make it clearer? So now it's just a matter of making a design in your mind, doing a good job of composition, coordinating light and shadow, coordinating with the surrounding environment, and then you can play around with some unique shapes to be able to shoot a perfect, artistic film. If it weren't for Yang Mi, who had already seen some of Luo Wen's characteristics, he might have been deceived by this guy. Yang Mi was so ashamed and angry. I believed your lies. I don't believe a word you said. Luo Wen, believe it or not, I have a clear conscience. Besides, I am Xiao Monuo's father now. Isn't it natural for a father to see his mother? There is nothing in the contract that says I can't see him. Yang Mi, you. Luo Wen's words really choked Yang Mi again and he couldn't utter a word. It can be seen that Yang Mi is really angry to a certain extent. His heart is beating up and down constantly, but when it is beating up and down like this, the scene is quite beautiful. Luo Wen admired it blatantly again. It's okay, just admire it. We are pure people, noble people, and we are free from vulgarity. Taking photos of the girls, Luo is making a work of art. That's right, in order to foster the growth of his daughters, Luo Wen feels that it is necessary to improve his own artistic qualities. At this time, Yang Mi was convinced, really convinced. He knew that there was no point in saying more. He had already put on the clothes, so he might as well just wait and see. At this moment, she walked out of the room with her head held high, and then all the young ladies were met with jaws dropped to the ground. In the end, everyone swallowed with some difficulty. Tong Lia, that Sister Mimi, weren't you very resistant just now? Why are you so bold in wearing it? Reber held her forehead and said, this is too hot. Sister Mimi, you already have a good figure, and this makes me feel inferior. Chen Yuqi, that's right. Are you going to let me live, Luo Wen? Luo Wen. Come out quickly, you big wolf, you must have done this on purpose, didn't you? Li Wei, do I need to ask? I think we must be careful and protect our camera. We can't let Luo Wen have any chance to contact it. Nogger, yes, our beautiful photos cannot fall into his hands. Chichi will finish taking the photos soon, you have to pay attention and grab them back quickly. Chen Yuqi, okay, sisters. I promise to complete the task. At this time, a group of young ladies couldn't help but come over, surround Yang Mi and start to comment on this unforgettable suit. Yang Mi was really embarrassed and almost buried her head in her chest, but she seemed to be the only one among the group of young ladies who could do this. Chapter 26. Goddess with Bunny Ears. What did Luo Wen let Yang Mi wear? It was a set, a very hot suit. He wore a pair of long rabbit ears on his head and a very slim-fitting tuxedo on his upper body. There is a cute furry little bunny tail at the back, like a small ball of fur, which makes people want to pull it. The key is that this set shoot of Luo Wen really made the young ladies feel their unique abilities and charm. After being styled by Luo Wen, they were able to fit in very well and show off the attributes of these suits. After Yang Mi put on this suit, she has a mature charm, yet also a playful and cute look. She already looks like a queen, but after putting on this outfit, she looks even more different from before. However, if other boys saw such a scene, they would probably turn into beasts, right? No one thought that Boss Yang, who was all-powerful outside the entertainment industry, would be like this by Luo Wen at this time. However, on the other hand, little Nono is so soft and adorable. Luo Wen prepared a little bunny conjoined bodysuit for him, the one that didn't reveal anything at all. The furry appearance and her slightly round body made her soft and cute at once, vividly displayed. With her big twinkling eyes and short bunny ears, next to her is this celebrity mother with a certain charm, which naturally creates a very unique scenery. I have to say that although Luo Wen made these looks very imaginative, it may be that it really highlighted the various characteristics of the ladies. This brings some new ways to shoot this set of suits. This time, Luo Wen really offended Yang Mi, because the poses that Yang Mi asked him to pose were almost all a little different from those of other girls. Luo Wen, okay, just stand here, hold little Nuo and don't move. Wait a minute, stick your back up a little higher. Yang Mi, hey, you're going a bit too far, what's the angle? Luo Wen said very seriously, don't worry, I will definitely take a beautiful and majestic photo of you. I want to take a longer photo of the moon's retreat. My angle is just right. Yang Mi said angrily, are you bullying me because I don't know photography? Is this a normal angle? Luo Wen was speechless. You are so good, why don't you take the photo? Yang I? Okay, you're awesome, you come and take the photo. Faster. Luo Wen, excuse me, I'm a photographer. I asked you to keep this pose, so keep it as long as you want. Of course, if you can't hold on any longer, you can tell me. It seems that you so-called celebrities are dedicated on the surface, but in reality, you are nothing more than that. Yang Mi was immediately unconvinced, who said I can't do it. You can let me keep it up for an hour. Don't underestimate me. Luo Wen, well, keep sticking your head up higher. You. Yang Mi didn't know how many times he had been choked by Luo Wen today. She tried hard to calm herself down and took 2 deep breaths, but every time she inhaled, her heart heaved a little. Every time she thought of her ups and downs, Luo Wen's bright eyes made her furious. I believed you're evil, damn art. But suddenly, being focused on by Luo Wenjin and photographing her all the time was like a sense of touch. Yang Mi had no idea how she should cooperate, but posing according to what Luo Wen said still made her feel very ashamed. Coupled with Luo Wen's focused lens and Ming's panic-stricken eyes, she couldn't help but feel a burning sensation in her heart. The other sisters kept cheering him up. Chen Yuqi, don't be afraid, Sister Mimi. Some of these photos are a bit excessive, and we will not let them fall into Luo Wen's hands, so feel free to take them. Reber, yes, we have tried more extreme poses just now, but the effect is really good. Li Wei, Sister Mimi is beautiful, so beautiful. Come on, it will be done soon. Nagar, little Monuo is so cute, I want to take a photo with him too. Tong Lia, har, I'm going to be with those little cuties later, too. Let the 3 of them wear these clothes and circle around me. Chen Yuqi, this is a good idea. Luo Wen will also give it to all of us. Luo Wen took a few more embarrassing photos of Yang Mi, then smiled brightly, okay, as you wish. But when everyone sees his smile, they all feel a little bit overwhelmed. A focused man is the most handsome. At this time, they all had a unique idea. It seemed that Luo was, maybe, just shooting art. Chapter 27. You bad guy, you are cheating. Luo Wen finally successfully completed the filming of Yang Mi. No one expected that Yang Mi would look like that in the end, but the result was indeed great. That kind of extremely charming feeling, yet with a little bit of purity in the middle, as if wanting people to do something unspeakable to her. After seeing these photos, Yang Mi actually thought they were quite nice, but it was too embarrassing, so she quickly snatched the camera from Luo Wen. These photos must not fall into Luo Wen's hands, otherwise who knows what he will do with them. Although Luo Wen is a grown man and actually has strong fighting ability, he can't follow some young ladies. It's really not a big deal. In this aspect of the competition, how could he be a match for a group of young ladies working together to deal with him? The main reason was that Luo Wen didn't want to hurt them, so he gave in a little, and the camera was snatched away by them. They also made a very cheesy request to him. It was mainly requested by some little ones, Dad, the mommies have changed their clothes, why haven't you changed? This doesn't match us at all, it's not cool at all. Nyo puffed up her cheeks angrily, shaking Luo Wen's big hand and acting pitifully. Dudu, yes, Daddy wants to change clothes too, Daddy wants to change clothes too. No, Dad, change your clothes. Even little Nono, who had just learned some speaking skills, had a strong appeal that Luo Wen felt he could not avoid. He could completely ignore the requests of the young ladies and go his own way, but it was really hard for him to resist the soft-spoken requests from his daughters. Yang Mi, har, Luo Wen, you have today too. Change it quickly, what are you waiting for? Reber, that's right, we need to change to something a little more sexy and revealing, so that we don't feel sorry for our outfit. Li Di, I just want to show off your figure. Aren't you a fitness instructor? Don't be a coward. Yang Mi, sisters, we can't let him go and torment us like this. We must handle him well. Chen Yuqi, har, Sister Mimi, you don't need to tell me, we are all very interested. Har. Naya, yes, you must get the approval of our sister group to be qualified, otherwise you can forget about going to bed today. The little baby will pester you to death. Tong Lia, sorry Luo Wen, the sisters are unanimous in their opinion, so just follow it. The group of young ladies were tormented by Luo Wen just now. They posed here and did their movements. They spent a lot of money to take a beautiful photo. The most important thing is, the suits that Luo Wen gave them were more attractive than the other, which really feasted their eyes. However, Luo Wen himself was dressed very tightly, which made the group of young ladies feel extremely unbalanced. At this time, the serfs have finally been liberated and are singing. How could they not push Luo Wen hard? By the way, Luo Wen is also a very famous fitness coach, and it seems that he had a lot of good students in the past. From the way he looks when he wears white shirts and other clothes, you can tell that he does have a pretty impressive body. Everyone wants to see what Luo Wen's unique figure and appearance will look like. Although the little babies were also very enthusiastic, they all stuck to Luo Wen and hoped to take a better parent-child photo with him, and also with their own parents. Now there is something fun to do. Luo Wen, enough of you women. You think you can just use the baby as an excuse, but I won't buy it. Yang Mi was immediately unhappy. Oh, you still want to resist? Kids, go over there and have a good talk with your dad. The three little babies were very obedient, and they just wanted to play with Luo Wen, so they started to have fun and make a lot of noise. Seeing that Luo Wen had such an embarrassing side, a group of goddesses, all wearing their beautiful outfits, picked up their phones and took pictures of Luo Wen. Luo Wen finally compromised. Okay, I'm afraid of you. Isn't it just a change of clothes? I'll change, I can change, isn't it okay? Nuno, Dad, we are all little animals. Why don't you wear a big tiger costume? We want to see a big tiger. Big tiger, big rat, we can't tell them apart. Dudu even started singing. Luo Wen immediately realized how powerful the child was. There was a little no-no on his back, biting his collar hard. Okay, babies, why don't you let Daddy change his clothes? Otherwise, how can I take pictures with you? Luo Wen was also at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Chen Yuqi, har, I'm just asking if you're scared or not. Why don't you go over and change your clothes quickly? Reber, that's right. Concubine Luo, change your clothes quickly, the empresses are waiting to see your performance. Luo Wen saw the group of young ladies showing off and couldn't help but say something cruel. Okay, you are so cruel, one day you will be paid back. Yang Mi, har, let's talk about it when the day comes to return it. Go and change it quickly, don't waste time. The goddesses were so happy to see that Luo Wen finally suffered a defeat. I was bullied so badly by Luo Wen today. And I got taken advantage of so many things. However, when they thought they had won a great victory, fought back and finally won the chicken, Luo Wen's outfit was completed. This immediately made the group of young ladies very angry. Luo Wen, you are such a bad guy, you are cheating. This is too much. Chapter 028. Sisters, tear him apart. At this moment, what the group of young ladies saw was Luo Wen fully armed, wearing a suit that looked like furry tiger pajamas. He even wore a tiger mask on his head, covering himself up completely. Compared to the current state of the group of young ladies, Luo Wen is so safe. Yang Mi said angrily, Luo Wen, you big bad guy, can you be a little sincere? Har, didn't you see that they are very satisfied with the babies? Luo Wen lifted half of the tiger headgear and said proudly. In fact, the children really liked it and asked Tiger Dad to hug them one by one. Reber was also unhappy. Hey, you are too rude. Didn't we agree that it will be considered passed only if the sisters pass unanimously? Chen Yuqi, that's right, how can you cheat in front of the child? Hey, when did I agree to your request? Anyway, I just need to take good care of the children. What does your agreement or disagreement have to do with me? Luo Wen's smug look immediately angered all the young ladies present. Even Tong Lia, who had a slightly closer relationship with Luo Wen before, was no exception. After all, a group of young ladies changed their clothes and posed in this way and that way, and were forced by Luo Wen to take photos in various poses. Now it's his turn, but he wraps himself up tightly. What's going on? Sisters, babies. Why are you still talking to him? Beat him, tear him apart. Fight him. Yang Mi was so angry that he immediately issued an order, asking the sisters to follow him. At this moment, the group of young ladies are united in their hatred of the enemy. Seeing the mothers and fathers playing and laughing, babies usually join in the fun and just hang on Luo Wen and have fun. Hey, are you still a goddess in the entertainment industry? Can you be a little less idol conscious? In this way, what's the difference between you and female hooligans? Seeing a group of young ladies fighting with him, there were several babies hanging on their bodies. Luo Wen didn't dare to use too much force for fear of hurting the babies. This gave the young ladies the opportunity to take advantage of him. But the quirky Chen Yuqi was the one who was filming with his phone and fanning the flames. Sister Mimi, please tickle him. Sister Reber, please bite his arm. Sister Yair, please don't be soft-hearted and don't feel sorry for him. Please take off his clothes. No need to be so gentle, be more ruthless. The same goes for that, grab his legs. Yes, that's it. At this time, Luo Wen didn't know what to say. He was in a state of confusion. I don't know what happened just now, and I was afraid of hurting the 3 children, so I accidentally fell to the ground and rolled into a ball with a group of young ladies. So it has become a huge chaos like we have now. When girls go out, they are always ladylike and beautiful, and they always pay great attention to their appearance. I don't know what's going on at this time, but it just feels like my nature has been liberated. He played with the children and even fought with Luo Wen without caring about his image. But there is only one goal, which is to tear off all of Luo Wen's clothes and make him as miserable as possible. But they don't know, how could Luo, who has such a good physique, be so easy to deal with? Instead, I felt a kind of enjoyment of being surrounded by flowers, and I quickly remembered how to react. However, the little babies were having so much fun while playing. They were giggling all the time and seemed to be having so much fun. Who made a bunch of mothers go crazy. All right. Let's stop making trouble, okay? Be careful. I'll do whatever you want to me. You've already ripped off my clothes, what else do you want? Are you going to rip off my pants too? The child is still here. Just now, the group of young ladies were so angry that they united to unite and teach Luo Wen a lesson. Now I realize that, just as Luo said, most of the furry tiger fur pajamas have been torn off, revealing Luo's streamlined and toned body. That kind of surging feeling of fitness and power was suddenly revealed. At this time, the young ladies discovered that each of them was not in a very secretive relationship with Luo Wen. At this time, Yang Mi directly used the throat-locking skill and locked Luo Wen's neck with one arm. In this way, Luo Wen lay on her chest, which was very comfortable. On the other side, Reber was holding Luo Wen's left arm and had just bitten it. Tong Lia held Luo Wen's right arm and cut a piece of his clothes. Li Wei and Naya held Luo Wen's thighs respectively, making him unable to move. With a click, the flash went on, and a photo that would make them embarrassed in the future was taken. Chen Yuqi smiled slyly and said, Har, this photo is perfect. Do you want to see it? Chichi, you've gone too far. You instigated the sisters to deal with me, but you secretly took pictures of us. Luo Wen immediately tried to divert the blame. Yang Mi immediately said angrily, delete the photos, or you will be in trouble. Tong Lia, I noticed that Chichi, you really didn't do anything. Reber, I didn't expect you to be so good at this, Chichi. Why don't you join us and delete the photos? Chen Yuqi immediately hid the SLR behind her back. No, I won't, look at how good this photo is, I have to keep it as a souvenir. Dad, let's continue playing. The children didn't care about these things at all. Chen Yuqi turned his eyes at this time. Did we get the wrong direction? We are clearly here to deal with Luo Wen, but now we are fighting among ourselves because of his words. This won't work. We shouldn't be misled by him. When the sisters heard what Chen Yuqi said, they immediately realized that what the younger sister said was right. As a result, their hatred was instantly reversed, and everyone once again directed their spearheads at the man who made them hate him so much. Chapter 029. This man is actually quite good. Luo Wen finally couldn't win over the group of young ladies. He knew that if he didn't make them feel comfortable today, they would probably make a fuss all day. Of course, Luo is not the kind of fool who will do whatever he is told. I reluctantly agreed to 1 or 2 conditions to comfort these young ladies who were about to go crazy. Luo Wen, you have to pose for us and take pictures, and you have to keep the kids quiet. In fact, there were a few more outrageous conditions put forward just now, but Luo Wen refused to agree no matter what. Once again, the bunch of young ladies were so angry that their teeth were itching. The conditions this time were not excessive, and since they were just kids playing together, Luo Wen agreed. However, he was in a bit of a mess now. It was quite a different feeling when he got tangled up with a bunch of young ladies just now. But later the ladies noticed something strange about him and stopped what they were doing. However, they had to complete the request to take pictures. But don't underestimate the power of women. The plush tiger pajamas that were tightly wrapped around Luo Wen just now have now become tattered. Luo Wen pulled up his upper body, making it look ragged, and tied it into two belts, which he tied around his waist. Suddenly, Luo seemed to have a unique wildness. This set of plush tiger pajamas looked cute at first. But after being tied up by Luo, he was in a completely different state. There is a long tail at the back and tiger stripes on the pants. Now that Luo Wen has tied it like this, his strong upper body is fully displayed. That unique bodybuilding shape, streamlined and explosive muscle lines, make all the young ladies' eyes light up. As for what is important, it is Luo Wen's appearance. Coupled with this figure, it is really invincible. There used to be a saying that girls like muscles of handsome guys, while girls hate muscles of ugly guys. The most important thing is the appearance. At this moment, Luo Wen's presentation immediately made the young ladies present feel their heartbeats speed up. In fact, Luo Wen's figure, appearance and temperament are all first class, and he is many times better than many so-called young male stars in the entertainment industry. If you have some acting skills or can sing a few songs, it should be easy to enter the entertainment industry. If, maybe, possibly they could help Luo Wen to complete this process. I don't know if Luo Wen has such talent. They are very clear about how big a sensation the news that is about to be released today will cause in the entertainment industry. 6 goddesses fell in love with one man at the same time. I guess the entire entertainment industry would explode. Among them are Yang Mi, who has become a boss, and Reber and Tong Lia, two popular actresses. There is Li Wei, who has good acting skills and a very good reputation. There is N Agar, who comes from the same place as Reber and Tong Lia and has a unique exotic charm, and there is the new generation flower, the energetic girl Chen Yuqi. Such a group of best friends and sisters actually fell in love with the same man at the same time. It would be strange if such news did not cause an uproar once it got out. As for why they fell in love with this man, the sisters could never tell the real reason. In fact, they didn't start it, it was just because the children were making a fuss and wanted their daddy. The affairs of the children must never be told to anyone. This is their biggest secret. Although these children will always be exposed, girls need more protection. When they don't have the ability to protect themselves, mothers really don't want them to be exposed too much. Or if their father is strong enough, they can work together to give these babies enough protection before releasing them to the public. But now Luo Wen is too weak. Although he is very strong in some aspects of character, he is more like an ordinary person. It's not easy to remain calm when suddenly having such a connection with these big stars. Now looking at Luo Wen's own conditions, several young ladies discovered that Luo Wen is really good and has more plasticity than many male stars in the entertainment industry. However, nothing can be achieved overnight. Luo Wen is a latecomer and was previously a fitness coach. If she is really allowed to enter the entertainment industry, no one knows what the subsequent impact will be. It's fine now, why don't they keep it this way for now? Who can predict what will happen in the future? However, when they really started to cooperate with Luo Wen, they found that this man was really charming at certain times, especially under the camera. There is a kind of wildness, a kind of strength, and a kind of indomitable momentum. This is the kind of passion that a real man should have. He is much better than those so-called young and handsome guys in the entertainment industry. Chen Yuqi was taking photos and admiring the man at the same time. She felt that this man was much better than any other male celebrities they had worked with, and she couldn't help but feel a little emotional. The other young ladies also stared at Luo Wen and showed themselves off. The little kids were very excited and kept wanting to jump into Luo Wen's arms, but when they saw Luo Wen taking pictures, they cooperated very well. At this moment, the young ladies are actually already preparing the text to announce their relationship. Chapter 30. The entire entertainment industry exploded. This night was an unforgettable moment for the entire entertainment industry. Suddenly, 6 top goddesses in the entertainment industry released very similar messages. We're in love. Then, attached at the same time, there were photos of the 6 of them with Luo Wen, and it was a 9-square grid. The 3 photos above of them each with Luo Wen, and the rest are photos of the other sisters and the 6 of them taken together with Luo Wen. As soon as this news came out, the entire network exploded and Weibo went down. On several social networking platforms, all the hot searches were dominated by this shocking news. The man who occupied the center position of the photo among the 6 goddesses immediately became the target of everyone's attention. It should be said that he is the target that all the goddess male fans want to send razor blades to. Who is that man? Brother, who are you? How come you snatched away our goddesses without saying a word, and took away 6 of them at once? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really going crazy. This world has gone crazy. Are all the goddesses' heads screwed up? Why would they all fall in love with this man at the same time? At the most critical moment, they seem to be in harmony. I just want to ask, can this man handle it? Will he become exhausted for the goddess? Of course I feel exhausted, but if it were me, I would be willing to do it even if I had to break my back from exhaustion. I want to have confidence when I'm with a man, and deliver it to my room in half an hour. Everyone is asking the same question: who is this guy? What kind of charm does he have? How can he conquer all 6 goddesses? Yang Mi's company had already received his arrangements a long time ago, and some subsequent copywriting was gradually sent out. In addition, an announcement was also issued, briefly introducing Luo Wen's identity. So the announcement was very simple and calm, saying that Luo Wen was a very good fitness coach with many remarkable achievements. Several girls met and fell in love with Luo Wen while exercising. They were all impressed by Luo Wen's talent and ability. Talents and abilities. What talents and abilities can a fitness coach have? This is a terrible blow to a group of people who admire the goddess. Oh my god, a fitness coach. Are you kidding me? There are so many male idols in the entertainment industry pursuing them without success, but a fitness coach takes advantage. What I want to ask is, where does Luo Wen work as a fitness instructor? I want to find him and ask him what method he used to pursue the 6 goddesses. Didn't you see? He has resigned and is now responsible for the body management of 6 goddesses. Let me go, isn't this just plain eating soft food? And eating it is justifiable. Generally speaking, I have an idea. Put your thoughts away, I can do that too. Goddesses love fitness trainers. If I had known, I would have gone to the gym, and there were 6 of them at once. Who can withstand this? I watched this man's strength training, and it was quite impressive. As a woman, I actually understand all this, har har. The one upstairs, how about we compete? Various comments, speculations, and even slanders came one after another and gradually emerged. In fact, Luo Wen had already foreseen these things. There would definitely be many people who would be envious and jealous, but what could he say? Should I tell everyone that he did nothing and is innocent? Sure enough, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month as a gigolo also comes at a price, and that is everyone's surprised and jealous looks, as well as the feeling of being jealous of him, wanting to eat him, but being helpless with what he can do. Since there's nothing we can do about him, why not just criticize and rant about him on the internet? He won't read it, so what's the harm? Anyway, he has already taken the benefits, and the opportunity to be closer to the goddess in the future will also be his, so others can forget about it. These young ladies were particularly cocky. Luo Wen didn't look at them, but they read all of this out loud. After all, they also have to see the level of acceptance among netizens and fans. But if you think about it, you know that it is impossible for them to accept it. No one can stand being as lucky as Luo Wen, who suddenly gets to be with 6 goddesses. Such a man is really lucky enough to be struck by lightning. It's so infuriating. It's really so infuriating. But Luo Wen doesn't seem to use social platforms like Weibo, so some people who want to criticize him on Weibo can't find a place to do so. Luo Wen was like a magical being that popped out of a stone and directly appeared in the entertainment circle, causing huge ripples. Chapter 31. I wish you a happy breakup soon. At this moment, the entire internet has exploded. Anyone who pays attention to entertainment news has their screens flooded with this piece of news. Many fans don't buy it. After all, Luo Wen is really unknown and no one knows who he is. In fact, ever since the announcement released by Yang Mi Company, many people have begun to use their unique abilities to search for news about Luo Wen. So they quickly found the gym where Luo Wen had been working in recent years. You know, there's more to the gym than just fitness. Many people want to find out about Luo Wen's dark history. Soon someone discovered some clues. I have to say, this guy named Luo Wen is really famous in the fitness industry. He has obtained the country's top fitness coach qualification and has provided fitness guidance to many celebrities. He can be considered a star coach. And the people he has taught are not just stars, but also many business owners and big entrepreneurs. What I don't understand is that the goddesses have never appeared in this gym. How did they know each other? Maybe it was some private invitation. But even this alone makes it hard for us to imagine what kind of power can bring them together. Moreover, 6 people surround this fitness coach in harmony without any complaints. It feels a little weird. Keep paying attention. I wonder how long their relationship can last. Actually, what I want to say is, I wish you guys a happy breakup soon, and I'll be your single goddess again. Below are some of the achievements that Luo Wen has achieved in the fitness coaching industry. They are indeed quite dazzling, but all these dazzling achievements are insignificant compared to those of the 6 girls. After all, the fitness world is only a very small circle, but the unexpected things are known to anyone who has dealt with Luo Wen. Everyone says that his fitness method is very good and he is a very nice person. This kind of evaluation makes people feel better about him, but it is not enough. Ordinary fans will definitely not buy it. I'm going crazy. A fitness coach like this has become the man for 6 of us girls. No one can stand this. If I were this man, I would have been unable to bear all the pressure and escaped alone a long time ago. That's right. If this man has any sense, he should leave immediately, otherwise we fans will tear you apart. Har har, I don't think it's a big deal. Many celebrities like to find people outside the circle, and they protect them very well. I just didn't expect that this time, a goddess harvester would appear in front of us like this, so everyone felt that they couldn't accept it. Who can stand this? 6 of them. 6 beautiful goddesses are gone, taken away by one man at the same time. You called Luo Wen, get out of here right now. No matter who you are, the goddess can only be ours. At this time, a large group of Assassin's Black fans began to attack Luo Wen frantically. Everyone felt that Luo Wen must have used some dishonorable means to force these goddesses to stay with him. In fact, when the fans added them, friends in the circle started to go crazy one by one. After all, there are quite a few boys and girls who are friends with some goddesses. Phone calls kept coming in, but what none of them expected was that the girls' phones were muted or even turned off. The goddesses have long known this effect. At this moment, they are all using a public tablet or mobile phone to watch the reactions of netizens and fans, and they are all enjoying it. I think you guys are going too far. All your fans are going crazy for you, but you guys are enjoying it and gloating over it. Have you ever considered my feelings? At this time, Luo Wen was sitting on the sofa next to him. He was not happy at all when he saw them reading all kinds of comments slandering him one by one. Har har, why should I worry about you? You are too thick-skinned and too resistant to attacks. I can't imagine anything that can hit you. Maybe it will take a nuclear strike to destroy you. At this time, Yang Mi did not give up any opportunity to counterattack Luo Wen. Seeing these fans scolding Luo Wen, she couldn't help but feel happy in her heart. Or maybe her fans understand her. If it weren't for her daughters pleading and crying out, how could they have let this man enter their lives? Just laugh, I'm going to go cook. Don't even think about asking me to cook for you today. Luo Wen's light words immediately made the young ladies present scream in dissatisfaction. Chapter 32. Raise the mothers to be plump and white. Hey, don't forget there are children and mothers here. The mothers have to feed their children now. If you destroy their food, how can you provide nutrition for the children? Chen Yuqi was the first to stand up and protest. That's right, you can't let the child starve no matter what. Reber also spoke at this time. She is a foodie herself and has been thinking about it ever since she tasted Luo Wen's cooking. In fact, they often work hard in the crew, and although some of the meals they eat are specially prepared for them, they are not much better. And sometimes you also have to pay attention to your figure and maintain a balanced nutrition in all aspects. There are also many times when you have to starve yourself in order to lose weight. Recently, I happened to come across this matter of Luo Wen. I thought that I didn't have much time to spend with Luo Wen, so I might as well try his cooking skills. When I moved to another place for work, I won't be able to taste it for a long time. But fortunately, it is stipulated in Luo Wen's contract that he will appear next to each young lady in turn after a period of time to prove their love. Luo Wen didn't know whether to laugh or cry at this time. The reasons you gave are so far-fetched. Didn't you still feed the children when I was not around? Besides, Nyo and Dudu are 2 years old. Do they still need to eat? I was feeding them milk powder yesterday. Oh, what do you know as a grown man? Some children are still breastfed until they are 3 years old. Although they are now eating formula and complementary food, breastfeeding is still very necessary. It can improve their immunity. Girls need more support in this regard. Reber is really knowledgeable. After all, after becoming a mother, she often has to teach herself some knowledge about raising children. In fact, Luo Wen had already known about this, but he thought they had already given up breastfeeding long ago and were only fed with other milk powder and complementary foods. He didn't expect that they were still breastfed for a period of time. Not to mention Yang Mi, little Nuo is still so young, he definitely still needs to be fed. Just looking at the scale of Yang Mi during this period, Luo Wen couldn't help but feel a little thoughtful. Seeing Luo Wen's eyes, the group of young ladies couldn't help but look at him as if they understood. Hey, why are you staring at me? It's not for you to eat. At this time, Li Shi couldn't help but point out where Luo Wen was looking. This made Yang Mi blush immediately. Bar. You big scumbag, what are you thinking? Har har, what do you think? Isn't it okay to just take a look? Don't forget, we are a very loving couple. They cannot have two direct arguments in front of their children, although there were some quarrels over small matters before. But in front of the children, try to maintain the appearance of a married couple, otherwise it is easy to give the children the illusion that the parents are not in harmony. In fact, they are really like that. After all, they haven't developed any feelings for each other yet. But now seeing Luo Wen like this, Yang Mi couldn't help but get angry again. This man always used the excuse of the child and tried every possible way to take advantage of him. It's useless to look at it if you can't eat it. Brother Luo Wen, you should cook for the mothers. Some of them have work schedules tomorrow. They have already postponed a day today because they have to take pictures with the children. And I'll give you a piece of advice, keep the mothers plump and white, then maybe you'll have a chance to eat them in the future. Chen Yuqi gave a sly smile, as if giving Luo Wen a hint. Luo Wen couldn't help but give a thumbs up to this girl who was on the road. Although they are a couple in name only, they actually act like ordinary young friends. Since it's for the children, Luo Wen will just try his best. The delicious food that Luo Wen prepared was indeed very attractive, and the children ate a lot. Of course, the food prepared for children is a different kind of meal, which is specially used to promote their growth and supplement their nutrition. Luo Wen also put a lot of thought into this aspect. After all, he is going to be a dad, so he should take on this responsibility well. After a delicious meal, most girls couldn't help but pat their bellies and give Luo Wen 6 yuan, which was quite conscientious. However, soon Luo Wen will face another difficult problem. It turned out that several mothers, perhaps because they were about to fly to work, wanted to hold their children to sleep, but the little babies were unwilling to do so and each of them wanted Luo Wen to coax them to sleep. The mothers below are in a dilemma. Chapter 33. Heart-beating mini-game. Several children want their father to hold them while they sleep, but their mother wants to stay with them before they leave. So this paradoxical question arises, who should Luo Wen accompany? The mothers were all a little depressed at this time. Luo Wen had only been here for a few days, and he had just arrived, but these children loved him so much that they treated him like a big baby. They had gone through so much hardship to give birth to their daughter and raise her to this age. They usually held her in their arms for fear that she would drop, and held her in their mouths for fear that she would melt. But as soon as Luo Wen came, he stole their daughter's heart. It was impossible not to feel jealous. At this time, Chen Yuqi, who usually has many ideas, couldn't help but think of a solution. It's still early, let's play a game. The winner can sleep in daddy's arms. How about that? The other kids can't regret it if they lose. Okay then, Kiki's mom, tell me what we should do. Little Nuno couldn't help but ask with great anticipation at this time. Let your mom play cards. Let's play some landlords. Whoever wins more times can sleep in daddy's arms. But it's boring to just play like this. How about we let dad join in? The children had already thought it was okay, but when they heard Chen Yuqi's next words, they couldn't help but become even more excited. Okay, it's great to be able to play games with dad. Xiaodudu responded excitedly. Luo Wen knew that something bad was going to happen, and he couldn't help but look at Chen Yuqi with caution. This young lady usually had more evil ideas than him. If it weren't for this young lady fanning the flames today, he probably wouldn't have been photographed there in his tiger pajamas. If you tell me in advance that it's too much, I won't agree to it. Luo Wen immediately expressed his thoughts. Hey, the kids next to us are watching. Look how excited they are. How can you be such a spoiler? Chen Yuqi gave a sly smile and handed the fire point to the children. So the two little girls, one on the left and one on the right, shook Luo Wen's arms and acted coquettishly. Daddy, will you just play with us? Will you just play with us? Now a group of young ladies were looking at Luo Wen with great interest. They now realized that it was much easier to let the children exert force than to exert force themselves. Luo Wen is a man who loves children very much and is good at taking care of them. From this point of view, he is a very qualified father to his daughter. And what surprised them the most was that Luo Wen's female fathering skills were superb. Whether it's picking up girls or fans, holding children, or coaxing children into happiness and making them laugh, he is a top-notch expert. He is also very patient. When playing with children, no matter how noisy they are, he treats them very gently. Compared to Luo Wen's attitude towards them, there is a huge difference. It's so infuriating. So, they have changed their strategy now. If anything happens, it would be best to let the children provide support. Okay, you guys are really ruthless. Tell me how we play. Luo Wen said helplessly, holding his forehead. Hey, it's very simple. There are 3 dolls who want to sleep with you, but you can only choose one. So their mothers are playing cards on behalf of their babies. Let's choose best of 5. Whoever wins 3 times first will get this one, the right to sleep with daddy holding him in his arms. Luo Wen was puzzled. That's just them playing, what does it have to do with me? Chen Yuqi, so I want to include you. It's very simple. You just need to follow the banker. Whoever you think will win, just follow her, but if she loses, you have to play truth or dare for them. In order to take care of you, we can let you choose who to be your next partner at any time. How about that? After hearing what Chen Yuqi said, Luo Wen felt like something was wrong, but he couldn't put his finger on it. It seemed like it was no big deal anyway, so he just followed her. Okay then, let's get started. The babies need to go to bed soon, so hurry up. Chen Yuqi showed a victorious smile at this time, and did not forget to wink at the sisters next to her. Today, Luo gave them a lot of trouble, although in the end, they also gave Luo a hard time. But today, their screens were all flooded with news about Luo Wen, and the girls still felt a little unbalanced. So, they thought they could play some heart-pounding games. Chapter 34. Dad, which mom do you like best? If Luo Wen has nothing to play, then just play. There is nothing she can't afford to play anyway. How could a grown man like him be afraid of a bunch of women? Thus, the landlord battle between the 3 goddesses Yarn Mi, Reber, and Tong Lia began. I'm calling the landlord. Yes, Q. Har, Sister Yaya, you still like this routine, I'm right. Sorry, I exploded, Yaya, you lose. The first round ended quickly, and Luo Wen easily chose to follow Yaya's banker. As a result, Tong Lia lost, and the group of young sisters suddenly became excited. Okay, for the first question, you can ask it first. The babies were still being held by Luo Wen at this time. When they heard that they could ask questions, Nunio was the first to ask. Dad, which of our 3 daughters do you like best? This kind of death question and answer really attracted the attention of a group of goddesses. Sure enough, women, regardless of age, like to ask these embarrassing questions to the men they care about most. Luo Wen didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Har, of course I like them all. Yang Mi immediately complained, hey, you're not doing this right, it's too perfunctory, you need to answer the child's questions seriously. Luo Wen, I'm serious, I like all of them. But if I have to say which one I like best, I can't really say. Luo Wen looked innocent and sincere. That won't work. This question is invalid. Kids, ask other questions. Reber guided the children very cleverly at this time. Then Dad, which mom do you like best? You can only choose one. Dudu asked directly. Now, you can't say you like them all anymore, right? A bunch of young ladies immediately started to make a noise. That's a very good question. Dudu, well done. Reber stretched out her delicate hand and gave little Dudu a high five. Dudu and Nunio looked at Luo Wen and Xian Nuo expectantly, stretching their arms and legs, but also looking at him eagerly. Tell me your true feelings, or you will be severely punished. Chen Yuqi said with a half-smile on his face. Do you really have to choose one? Luo Wen said, touching his nose a little embarrassedly. Oh, you big hooligan would actually feel embarrassed. It seems that there is someone you really like. Tell me which one it is. Li Qi couldn't help but ask curiously at this time. Ya. Luo Wen responded very directly. Just this answer immediately made a bunch of sisters cheer. Wow. Chen Yuqi, I knew you two had been flirting with each other for a long time. That guy next to Tong Lia started to make trouble. Hey, Sister Yair, don't be embarrassed, we will just turn a blind eye. Li Wu, har har, next, Sister Yair will have to accept a work schedule with Luo Wen. Now we have something to watch. Okay, stop talking nonsense, okay. At this time, Tong Lia didn't know what to say. She looked shy and her face was flushed. Luo Wen, actually I think you are pretty good. It's rare that Nyo Nyo likes you so much. You must seize the opportunity. Reber couldn't help but laugh and said at this time. Hee, you big-tailed wolf. Yair, be careful, don't get fooled. Yang Mi was sabotaging as usual. Hee, I'm not lying to you anyway, you just worry too much. Luo Wen did not forget to fight back. Okay, keep going. This game is fun. Now it's our turn to give our opinions. Chen Yuqi hurriedly urged the next wave to start. When Nyo Nyo heard Luo Wen's answer, she happily snuggled into his arms. Knowing that her parents had a good relationship, she was happier than anyone else. Dudu next to him was a little upset. Dad, don't you like Reber mommy? Luo Wen immediately comforted her. Why would you help your mother? She is beautiful and cute, just like Dudu, I like her very much. Dudu was happy now, and immediately held onto Luo Wen's arms again. Hee, that's more like it. In order to prove their attitude, this time, Luo Wen and Zhuang followed Reber. But unfortunately, Reber lost this time. The winner was Yang Mi, who was called the landlord. Chen Yuqi, okay, Luo Wen has been tricked again. Please choose, do you want to play truth or dare? Luo Wen, let's continue to speak the truth. If you have any questions, ask them now. If you miss this opportunity, you will miss it forever. Chen Yuqi smiled meaningfully again and said, then let me ask you, who do you hate the most among our group of goddesses? Chapter 35. Dad, prove how much you love Mom. Luo Wen suddenly faced this question and couldn't help but reveal a playful smile. Need I say more? That must be your queen sister Yang Mi. The answer was so decisive. Just now I felt a little embarrassed when I said which one I liked best, but this time it felt like it came out naturally. Yang Mi was so angry when he heard this. I'm going to die. You answered so quickly. You must have been prepared a long time ago, right? Who made you like it? What a character. After saying this, Yang Mi was still angry, so she picked up a stuffed toy next to her and threw it directly at Luo Wen. But Luo Wen was skilled and quick-eyed, and he took it over in no time, as if the two of them were cooperating with each other. Hey, little girl, Mimi's mommy brought you a toy. After taking it, Luo Wen might as well have forgotten about it. He held a plush toy and teased the older daughter beside him. Thank you, Mommy Mimi. You don't have to be angry. Daddy probably likes you too, but not as much as I like my mom. Seeing this little guy, acting like a little adult and not forgetting to comfort Yang Mi, the whole family couldn't help but laugh. Look, even a child can talk better than you. You are really a terrible father. Nyo Nyo, don't learn bad things from your father. Yang Mi said in a serious tone. No, Daddy is the best, Daddy is not a bad person. At this time, Nyo Nyo started to speak well of Luo Wen, and she looked very serious. So cute. Luo Wen couldn't help but burst into laughter when he heard this. Har, did you hear that? This is my biological daughter. She is indeed my close-fitting little cotton-padded jacket. It's no wonder that Dad loves you so much. You want to alienate our father-daughter relationship. You're just dreaming. Seeing Luo Wen's smug look, Yang Mi couldn't wait any longer and burst into anger. Okay, just show off as much as you want. You will come back to me one day. I will wait for little Nyo Nyo to grow up a little and then let her stay away from you. Yang Mi was really depressed by Luo Wen's show-off. Luo Wen, however, was full of confidence. Hee, that's not up to you. Don't lose your daughter and bend your back. War. Sisters, don't stop me, I want to fight this hooligan. Yang Mi really wanted to tear Luo Wen apart again at this time. Li Wei, oh my, Sister Mimi, calm down, the children are still here, play the game well and make him suffer. Chen Yuqi, that's right, this old driver is too experienced, you have to be careful, don't fall into his trap. What made the goddesses angry was that these girls were like possessed and loved Luo Wen very much. Luo Wen was good at playing and accompanying children, so he was naturally easy to win the hearts of children. Mummy, don't be angry. Mom always said beating is love and scolding is affection. This may be another way for Dad to show his love for you. Dudu couldn't help but comfort Yang Mi like a little adult. The group of sisters were really about to roll on the ground with laughter at this time. The two little girls reacted like little adults, which might be because they had never been with their father before and seemed particularly independent. What's more important is that they are too attached to Loven now, and feel that Loven is the best man and greatest hero in the world. I had fun with them all day today, and the relationship between father and daughter has heated up dramatically. The three little babies all want to hang on Luo Wen and don't want to get down. Okay, you guys continue playing. This time I'm going to follow the banker. To show how much I care about you, I'm going to follow Mimi this time. At this time, Luo Wen also felt that if he acted too deliberate, it would affect the children's impression of their parents, so he made a small compensation at this time. But Luo Wen soon regretted it, as Yang Mi lost so quickly. Oh my god, you are doing this on purpose to retaliate. Luo Wen couldn't help but complain. You guessed it right. That's right, I did it on purpose. Anyway, now you have lost, so accept the punishment. Is it truth or dare? Luo Wen felt that he could no longer play games like truth or dare. He didn't know what strange questions these children would ask in a while. According to the rules of the game, the children and the mothers can take turns to give him the right to make a choice, and this time it is the children's turn. The children would never make it too difficult for him or ask him to do something he couldn't do. At this time, Dudu immediately came up with a request that moved everyone. Dad, you just said that you like Mom as much as you like me, so why don't you kiss Mom like you kissed me to prove how much you love her? At this moment, Luo Wen showed a strange smile. This child is indeed a biological daughter. She would apply for benefits for her father. As soon as Dudu said this, the sisters around her all started to cheer. Come on. Good job, Dudu. Dudu is so smart and cute. This is a great request. Even the heroine Reber couldn't help but feel shy and embarrassed at this time. She said to her group of sisters with a look of hatred, you guys just want to watch the fun and don't mind the trouble, right? Just wait and see. Chapter 36. This family still needs a man. To be honest, do the goddesses have a crush on Luo Wen? Of course there is, but it is obviously difficult to make them really enter the state of a couple all of a sudden. They are conservative people to begin with. In this time and space, these female stars have never even had a romantic relationship. Normally when we are filming a TV series, if there is a kissing scene, it is usually done out of position or with a body double. This is a principle they have always followed, and it is also clearly written in the cooperation contract. The most amazing thing is that at this time, these sisters formed an entertainment company with Yang Mi, so many times they also had their own unique voice. It's like working for yourself. This is also the most important reason why they were able to give birth to several daughters during this period of time. If I changed to another agency, it would probably be difficult to meet such requirements. At this moment, Luo Wen was watching the excitement with his pretty face flushed. Of course he was willing to fulfill the children's request, but it seemed that it was not enough for him to do so just because he was willing. What should we do now? Luo Wen asked innocently. What do you think? Stop taking advantage of the situation and act like a good kid. Hurry up. Reber said unhappily and gave Luo Wen a nice hygienic look. Then she raised half of her face. The meaning was very clear, it can only be in this place. I have to say that Reber was at the peak of her beauty at that time. Even from the side, she had a kind of killing power. So delicate and beautiful, her skin is as white as jade and crystal clear. The sisters next to them were very cooperative. Li, oh, I can't stand it anymore, hurry up. Chen Yuqi, sister is waiting impatiently. Luo Wen, what are you waiting for? Nagar, go ahead, Luo Wen, prove how much you love this woman. The booing of a group of sisters made Reber very angry. She took note of this matter and would pay it back one day. She didn't say anything, her eyes were a little wandering, and she didn't dare to look Luo Wen in the face. After all, she had never been so close to a boy before. But in front of their daughter, they have to show their love as parents. She had often heard about this aspect of child psychology in the past. The more loving and intimate the parents are, the healthier the child's mental state will be. If there is always fighting and quarreling, it will also cast a shadow on the children. Children whose parents are loving will become more optimistic and cheerful, more receptive and attractive to friends, and will be liked by more people. The influence of the original family is still quite great. And they won't even let us kiss. How can we prove that they are husband and wife? Although the two children are still young, it doesn't mean they don't understand anything. Seeing Xiao Dudu's cute and eager eyes, she felt that a little sacrifice was not a big deal. It was not a life-threatening thing anyway. After receiving the order, Luo Wen naturally acted quickly. Reber also felt a distinct masculine scent coming towards her, and then something seemed to touch her cheek, which disappeared in a flash. She knew that Loan had completed the mission for Little Bean. But at the moment of touch, she still felt her heartbeat quicken a lot. She even had a vague expectation that maybe Luo Wen would stay on her little face a little longer. This was the first time that a man had been so close to him, and it was his daughter's personal request. It seemed a bit ridiculous. But haven't they done enough ridiculous things? However, if she were to choose again, Reber would still choose to give birth to Xiao Dudu. She is a woman who particularly likes children, but because of things that happened to some of her sisters before, she is a little discouraged about love and doesn't dare to believe that she can ever meet true love. But he wanted a child, and with Yang Mi's encouragement, he did this. However, she is now very clear-headed. Having such a lovely daughter by her side gives her endless motivation to strive for success. After having a daughter, she worked even harder and had a clearer goal, to give her daughter a better home. But, how can this family exist without a man? Suddenly, she felt that Luo Wen's arrival was really destined. She believed in fate, but she was also very conservative. It is impossible to accept Luo Wen all at once, so let the feelings grow slowly over time. Of course, although Luo Wen acted quickly, he did it, and immediately the group of sisters around him all started to make a noise. Chen Yuqi, oh, you are already an old married couple, why are you still blushing? Li Wei, that's right, Reber sister, your face is almost as red as an apple. Dudu patted the salesperson on the side and laughed, har har, dad really still loves mom. That's great. Seeing Dudu's happy smile, Reber suddenly felt that everything was worth it. After she came to her senses, she gently touched her pretty face that had just been touched, and then looked at Luo Wen's eyes, which seemed to have a hint of affection. Seeing this expression, Luo Wen's heart moved, looks like there's hope. But the sister next to him was not happy, har har, you just kissed and that's it, can you stop flirting with us and treat us like air? Chapter 37. I'm going to sleep with my dad tonight. The slightly hazy atmosphere just now was broken in an instant. Oops, sorry, I seem to have really become the legendary atmosphere terminator, how about you continue? Chen Yuqi smiled smugly, but Reber angrily threw a stuffed toy at her, keep going, you big-headed ghost. Hurry up, there are still 2 rounds left. The last 2 rounds will see who wins more. The babies are all going to sleep. Chen Yuqi immediately laughed and said, hee hee, I feel like it's not the babies who went to sleep first, but you who want to sleep first. As for who you sleep with, oh, we won't talk about it. Li Wei, har har, how about we vote collectively and give this opportunity to Sister Reber? But Nuno said anxiously beside her, no. No. Mommy and I still have to sleep with Daddy. Little Monuo next to him, yada, Daddy is sleeping, Daddy is sleeping. Now it was the 2 daughters' turn to be unhappy. Even the youngest, Monuo, was asking her father to hold her. The group of goddess mothers were suddenly speechless. It seemed that there was no way to end the battle quickly. Then let us continue. The last 2 rounds were completed very quickly. The unexpected result was that Yang Mi won the most. Now it was her turn to be dumbfounded. She had originally thought that after losing a few rounds, she would let Luo Wen find her other 2 sisters and go to sleep with the baby. It turned out that other people had the same idea as her. Although they all had a little affection for Luo Wen, it seemed safe to share a room with a child and sleep together for a night, but who knew what would happen? So now, suddenly faced with this situation, Yang Mi was a little at a loss. Tong Lia, oh, the 2 little babies have to take care of Xian Monuo. After all, she is the youngest. She has to protect her sister and give way to her sister, okay? Let Daddy and sister sleep together today. Reber, yes, Mimi's mom will go out to work tomorrow, so let them go together today. You have to be humble to your sister, okay? Besides, you will have a chance to sleep with Dad in the future, right? Nuno said reluctantly, okay then, let Daddy sleep with my sister today. Daddy, remember to wake us up early tomorrow. We like to eat the breakfast Daddy makes. Dudu said coquettishly, yes, Daddy, good night, but you have to kiss me. Luo Wen laughed, har har har, all right, you are all Daddy's good daughters, go to bed quickly. Women can't stay up late, otherwise they will become ugly, early to bed and early to rise start from childhood. Nyo, okay, let's go to bed. Take good care of your sister, Dad. Dudu, goodbye, Daddy. See you tomorrow? After Dudu said that, she was carried away. The little girl turned around and gave Luo Wen a flying kiss. On the other side, Nyo was not to be outdone. She kissed Luo Wen on the face before letting go of her little hands holding Luo Wen and returning to her mother's arms. At this moment, several young ladies also said meaningfully, Chen Yuqi, oh, sweet dreams tonight. Reber, don't make too much noise at night, don't disturb the children. Tong Lia, har har har, Luo Wen needs to be gentler at night, okay. Hey, what nonsense are you guys talking about? It's as if we are all preparing to do something bad. Yarn Mi was really at a loss whether to laugh or cry at this time. Seeing this group of sisters joking, she couldn't help but say hatefully, Chen Yuqi, aren't you planning to do something bad? Don't worry, Nuo is still young and doesn't understand. You can have fun as much as you want. Just keep the noise down. Jar, it doesn't matter if it's not small. The sound insulation of this house is very good. Even if you shout loudly in the room, no one will know. Liwu, that's right, anyway, I wish you sweet dreams and have fun. Go away, all of you, just get out of here, and stop gloating over other people's misfortune. Yang Mi said unhappily. Reber, oh, Sister Mimi can't wait any longer. Sisters, retreat. Chen Yuqi, har har, remember to take safety measures. It seems that it is easier to have a second child now. Li Wei, Chichi, why are you driving again for no apparent reason? Chen Yuqi, hey, this is the bus to the kindergarten, do you want to get on? A group of young ladies went back to their respective rooms while playing around. The villa was big enough for them to live in. All of a sudden, everything around became quiet. Daddy. Hug me. Little Monuo was held in Yarn Mi's arms at this time, but he stretched his arms and legs, and shook hard, just wanting to get into Luo Wen's arms. Yarn Mi was at a loss, and didn't know what to do at this moment. She stuffed Xiao Nuo into Luo Wen's arms and said, look at your daughter. She loves you so much. I don't know what's so good about you. I'm good in every way, why don't you try it? Luo Wen said with a smirk. Chapter 38. You. Come here. Arbar, you big wolf are taking advantage of me again. Can't you use normal thinking when talking to me? Why do you always treat me like this? Is this really okay? Yarn Mi couldn't help but say at this time. Luo Wen also laughed, I'm sorry, I always feel like I'm evenly matched with you when facing you, and I can't help but bully you a little, it makes me feel especially happy. Hey you big head ghost, if you act like this I will ignore you from now on. Yarn Mi didn't know what was going on. After the daily bickering with Luo Wen, it seemed like she couldn't stop. Luo Wen said with a naughty smile, har har, you have developed feelings for each other after a while. How great is that? Bar. Whoever wants to have feelings for you is just dreaming. After saying this, Yarn Mi turned around and walked away, twisting and turning in a very rhythmic manner. In fact, she herself didn't know why this happened, but it seemed that being able to get Luo Wen's attention was a very happy thing. Although the daily bickering with him could sometimes make them furious, Luo Wen would always find some small ways to make them happy afterwards. The most important point is that little Monuo likes Luo Wen very much, which makes Yarn Mi very helpless. After washing, Luo Wen entered the villa for the first time, into Yarn Mi's boudoir. Unexpectedly, Yarn Mi's boudoir was quite innocent and filled with lots of anime patterns. In another time and space, Luo Wen had seen that Yarn Mi was a talented painter and liked to draw anime, so it seemed that he was right. What is unexpected is that the room is filled with various stuffed toys and has a little princess style. I didn't expect that although she looks like a queen, Mimi actually has a girlish heart. Seeing Luo Wen's smile, Yarn Mi suddenly felt a little embarrassed, and said angrily, what are you laughing at? Don't laugh. Do you know that I decorated the room like this just to make Nuo happy? Of course I have to raise my daughter like a little princess. Really? Is it the little princess Nuo, or the little princess hidden in your heart? Luo Wen asked very directly. Go away, what does it have to do with you? Have you finished washing? If you are done, coax Nuo to sleep. I need to rest too. I tell you, after you coax Nuo to sleep, you must leave quickly. Don't think you have a chance to stay here overnight. I have to keep a close eye on you, a big wolf. Seeing Yang Mi being on guard against him, Luo Wen said unhappily, do you think I want to stay here? If it weren't for Xiao Nuo, I would have left long ago. As if you are so attractive. What you said is not right. After all, I am a top female star. There are so many people who like me. Yang Mi retorted arrogantly. But your daughter only likes me. I'm so sorry. Luo Wen's words left Yang Mi speechless again. Speaking of her daughter, she felt helpless, but this bad guy just made her daughter very happy. Everyone saw how much the little girls clung to him, making their mothers jealous. I don't want to waste my time talking to you. Just get it done. I have a flight to catch tomorrow. At this time, little Nuo inside Luo Wen suddenly curled her lips, looking aggrieved as if she was about to cry. Oh, what's wrong with Xiao Nuo? Yang Mi couldn't help but become nervous. Her daughter is the apple of her eye and she loves her very much. She's hungry. I'll go feed her some nyan powder. As soon as Luo Wen touched little Nuo's belly, he knew what was going on. At this time, Yang Mi, who was a virgin, sighed and said, don't drink the female powder anymore. I'm getting fatter now, so let Xiao Nuo eat more. Luo Wen was a little stunned at this time, but he quickly reacted and stuffed little Nuo into Yang Mi's arms. Turn your back and don't look. Yang Mi couldn't help feeling a little embarrassed at this time. She was breastfeeding her child, and there was a grown man standing next to her. Although he was also the child's father, she had never done so before. If it were any other time, Luo Wen would have definitely looked at it blatantly. He looked at it, so what can you do to me? But my daughter is hungry now, and I can't cause trouble for her because of these things. Soon, the sound of little Nuo smacking his lips while eating was heard. Luo Wen could even imagine the scene. However, in addition to this sound, there was also the sound of little Nuo crying. Luo Wen was a little confused. Didn't you feed him? Why is she still crying? What can I do? He can't see you and he's anxious. At this time, Yang Mi couldn't help but feel a little amused. What should we do now? Luo Wen was also scratching his head at this time. What else can we do? Come here. You can't eat properly without her watching you. Yang Mi's face was as red as an apple at this time.